show, which we do every week, either on a Saturday or Sunday, and today it has fallen on a Sunday. And we've got quite a lot of news stories for you today, and quite a lot of different ranges. We've got, like, seriously a lot of stories. Some of them are just like last minute ones and everything. So we've got quite, I mean, like, really a lot of stories tonight. So we're going to be reading all them stories out for you. We've also got some other stories, just like things that have been going on, loads to chat about. We've got tons to chat about. Because of this week, I actually have been away. I went on a little adventure. I posted 2 videos, which you might have not have seen or not. I posted a video. Here we go. Some people joining. I've got a video of. What have I got a video of? So I did a little promotional video for the fact of me performing at Lancaster Music Festival, which is going to be quite exciting. So I'm performing at Titan Lock at Lancaster railway station. That's on the Saturday, 12th of October at 4 till 5, and we'll be performing all my songs. Well, not every single one, but like a lot of them, because I can't really perform all my songs because that would be like a 3-hour show. Because there's a lot of songs which a lot of you will, none of you have heard, because a lot of them I have not yet released. And Tracy's on, so hello Tracy. We're just talking about my performing in Lancaster. So it's part of Lancaster Music Festival, which we've got a bit to say about that, about things that they're doing, and about the fact of the history of the Lancaster Music Festival as well, which you've got to talk about. And it's also something else which they're doing, which I am going to go watch as well, which we'll get into that inside a minute or two. And I also am performing inside Market Square on the Sunday at 1:15 as well. That's dancing though. But Titan Lock is all my singing and the dancing. Singing and playing musical instruments. We've got quite a lot of musical instruments planned to play. We don't know exactly how many. We're still working out the set really, even though it's this week. So yeah, it's actually this week. I'm thinking of it. It's this Saturday and Sunday we're performing. So it's quite early. I mean, it's not far away. So it's coming up soon. I've just come back from a residential. So I went to a residential in Yorkshire, and I don't know the name of the place. I probably should do, since I've spent a couple of nights there, but I don't know where it was. But I went through a residential, and I've just posted a little video for short of being inside the cave. I went to this cave, which again I don't know what it's called because I'm really rubbish with names, but it was a really deep cave, and there was a lot of water basically. Because we got there, we went, we had quite a lot of walk to get there, so we went on the walk, and then we got into the cave, and there was this, it was like really sorry, I just need to. Are you ready? Right. I have to hold it when we move because we're inside the Nissan Micra today, as you might have noticed, because of Billy's been naughty and took the car. But we're inside the Nissan Micra today. Mooring, and we went to this cave, and we had to, it was like a really big climb to get there. I didn't mind it. It was just the fact is that the outfit we wore, we had like a big fluffy onesie underneath, and then we had this big like, comment if you've ever been caving before. I've been caving a couple of times, and we had this like waterproof outfit on, and then a hat on and everything. I had a hat underneath my helmet because I didn't want to get any water in my ears. If I get any water in my ears, because I've got a burst eardrum, which I got last week. Well, I didn't necessarily got it last week. I found out I had it last week. I don't know when I got it, but I do have a burst eardrum, so I was quite concerned whether I was going to get water in it. So I spoke to the tall guy, the person who takes you around the cave. And I said, will I get any water inside my ear? Because I've got this burst eardrum and I'm a bit worried about, is it going to be all right? And he says, oh yeah, it'll be fine. So I said, what about pressure? And he says, yeah, it'll be fine, because obviously pressure, like, they don't go up a mountain or anything. So he was like, oh yeah, you won't get any water in it. Anyway, we got there, all we did was inside water. It was like water everywhere. And when we were getting in there, or at least a bit in, there was this drip, because obviously it's a cave, so there's going to be water dripping down, obviously. And there was some water dripping down off, because there was like ledges, and it was coming down, it literally kept spraying, and it went literally where my ear was. I was thinking, my goodness, I've got this hat on. But it was like no water, and I'm thinking, you go into this cave all the time, and he's telling me there's no water. So anyway, lucky enough I was prepared and wore a hat, so it kept my water out of my ears. But on that video, where you can see us singing the Spice Girls, we were going in, and we were like further down, like really down the cave. It was like miles down, at least 2. Well, between 1 or 2 miles. I don't know exactly how much it was. I did ask him, but he didn't really give me a straight answer. He probably didn't like me. No, he did. I think he did, yeah. And then we got down there and we started looking for fossils. I did actually find some, but I sadly lost them, which was really upsetting. I did sadly lose my fossils, but I did actually find some fossils. So then we said, oh, right, does any of you want to go deeper? And even though I was thinking I don't want to get any water in my ears, I can't say no to anything, so I was like, yes, I'll go, So I went down deeper, and then we went deeper into the cave. So we split up, went deeper into the cave. And then when we were going to go, so basically we got to this certain point, and then there was bit where you go and you duck and you go really deep, like, you know, this high deep water. Well, maybe not that high, but like, well, actually, yeah, it was, because I came out that wet, and it was really deep. Anyway, I was about to go in, and there was somebody else who stayed because I got a bit, basically didn't want to go in. I got a bit scared, so they was like, I'm not going in. So they stayed. So then another person stayed with them, and then I was about to go in. I was thinking, this is like really deep water, and I mean, I wasn't scared whatsoever. I was scared about the fact of my ear, so I was like, no, I can't do this. So I went out, and I thought, I can't do this because obviously I don't want to die because of ear infection, because there's not really many cures from ear infection. So I decided to stay by. Anyway, just as fast the time, we started singing Spice Girls. As you'll see on the video, we sing is it just called Wanna? Yeah, tell me what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want. So that's what we sang, which was really, really fun. We also did I Want to Break Free, because, you know, instead of cave, I want to break free. And we also did that other song, something. What's that song in my pocket? What's that song? I've forgotten it now, but we did sing another song as well. So we sang a lot of songs basically, but we filmed that one. So that was even out of all the caving experience. Yes, the caving experience was wonderful, but I did love singing the most inside a cave, because I was just like, great. The fact is, we were just singing inside a cave, very, very deep inside a cave, and we were just having a good sing song. And it was actually, because it was old lead mines as well. That's not why the cave was there. The cave was already there, but it also had old lead mines there as well. Then they had like this telephone wire that was coming down because of basically for like, you know, olden days when they needed a telephone wire if anything happened. And then he told us when we were in there, like, it's the most accidental spot where people have problems. So I'm like, okay. Anyway, yeah. And then they had this telephone wire, and it was like this, like, basically like a hole, and there was this rock stone that's obviously fallen down, and there was two pieces of wood holding it up, which I'm thinking wood inside a water cave. Great. It was a little bit rotten. Anyway, we were just standing underneath that while we were singing, which would be sending vibrations, but, you know, we were just there while there was a massive big stone above us, like that size. They could have fallen. And then there was also a telephone wire hair sticking up like telephone wire. And then we did that, went out the cave, and yeah, and then we obviously, because we went inside so much water, when you take your wellies off, there was just water dripping off. But what I did was, I think is the way I lost my stones, we didn't have any pockets, and because you wear belts, which you'll see inside the video, I like sort of like just put them in my suit, my stones and my fossils, and then I think they must have like dropped down to my, I don't see how they kind of dropped down to my wellies though, because I didn't feel them. Must have just dropped down like my knees and stuff. And then I took my shoes off to dry to let all the water out, and they must have fallen out at that point. That's the only time I can imagine my stones fall out. So basically I lost my fossils. But even though I didn't have a memorable, you know, physical thing, I did get a medal for my Spice Girls singing over the show. So here we go, medal. It says my name on it, and it says Spice Girls Caving and Spicy Cave Singers. So mine was a joint award with my other friend who was in there. We had a joint award. So because they did awards at the end. This wasn't just for caving. Caving was one of the activities, but it was like, yeah, it was a good residential. We also got to see some cows, and we called them, we did a thing where, like, cows, we did it instead of Scottish accent, and that's what we called them the whole time. But there will be a video coming of that as well, just like a little short, because we did get to meet a really small cow. It wasn't a Scottish miniature Highland cow, but it might as well have been, because it was a baby cow. It was a calf, but it was just like, it wasn't like calf, it was like calf, meaning the fact it was like a teenage calf sort of thing. I think it was, at least it looked like that to me. But it's a breed where it's got like a white stripe down it, you know. And they're fluffy, because of basically this farm. They don't like, they showed us around and everything, and they don't have like preservatives. No, not preservatives, that's the wrong word. They don't have, what do they put in the
like
field?
Till and that.
They don't have all those, yeah, till.
They don't use till and stuff like that. It's just all natural stuff.
Yeah, so he basically doesn't put anything on the grass. And the cows are out all the time. They don't go inside. He doesn't give them any of the cereal stuff. So he basically we've had a full. I mean, I'm a full farmer now. Really, I was fully educated.
Right. So Tracy says hi.
Hello, Tracy.
Ollie says I love the go-karting video.
Oh, good. And must have been the
go-karting video.
Oh yeah, I've already done one go-karting video. I've been go-karting.
That's the go-karting video.
I know, but I've only ever made one. Well, it's fun doing.
Yeah, that's the one he loves.
Yeah.
Van Transit says hi.
Hello.
Gary says good evening.
Good evening.
Cal says clunk of the door.
Right.
Andy says hello.
Hello.
Tracy says, hope you enjoyed your residential in Buckton, and I'm glad your eardrum didn't stop you. I bet they heard enough about it, Tracy.
Let's do a bit of moaning. Yeah.
Neville says evening Neville
evening.
And Linda. Tracy says naughty Billy. He's taking the car. He's posing around with his friends. They've gone for a meal. Very naughty. He rang me up. He says, "Can I take the classic?" And I had to say yes because he's done a load of walling work for me. So I had to reluctantly go, "Okay, then go on." So off he went, didn't he? And then he was supposed to come back for the news, and then he rang and he said, "Oh, please let me stay." They're posing round. They're posing round in it. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Tracy loves fossils.
Well, I would have given you one if I didn't lose them all.
Gary
Gary
says
to see the bug, like the animal.
Gary says, "Burst eardrum, you've been listening to heavy metal." She doesn't know how she's done it, Gary.
I don't know.
Neville says, "Was it Ingleton Caves?" No, it wasn't, Neville.
I've been down there many times.
It was at Buckden.
Well, it wasn't. It was somewhere out of there because we had to get a bus to get there. I don't know
how long sort of average. You know, you don't have to measure it to the inch to give Neville an idea. How far away?
3 miles.
So around about the Buckden area, Neville.
If you're in Buckton, then go that way.
Adrian says hi.
Hi, Adrian.
William says he enjoyed watching the USA fireworks at Blackpool last night.
Oh.
William says hi, Adrian. I've lost my place now.
Fine.
It's jumped up as it always does. Jared says last Friday night. Oh, Rennie says good evening from Spain.
Spain.
Yeah.
Has he put last Friday night?
Yeah.
That's the Katy Perry song. We were singing that in a residential. I don't know why, but we were.
Tracy says we did goodbye at the same time. Adrian says please like it. Thank you, Adrian.
Thank you, Adrian.
Oh, Abby's on.
Oh, hello, Abby.
Matthew says hi, I'm Scottish.
Good for you.
And Adrian says I'm going on the train. I can't wait to catch up with Neville. I hope to be there at the station about 2 p.m. We're really looking forward to seeing you, Adrian.
Yes,
and it should be very exciting. There's a lot of people say they're coming. I know some people say they come and they don't turn up, but we've got quite a lot of people saying they're coming.
Yeah, I think it should be a good show.
Carl says, if you do your drainage, can I borrow the car?
What was to do with the drainage?
He did quite, because he did the wall.
I thought he meant by him. I thought he meant by he was doing the drainage. Like, why are you doing my drainage? No.
Billy's done a part of the wall, and it had to get scaffolding up, and it's quite, even though it's only a small job, it was quite a difficult area. So yeah.
Just a wall.
Yeah, but he did do it all, to be fair.
I don't know, I've only just turned up.
He's done it all, so yeah. Adrian, I will be there, Jane, and can't wait. We can't wait to see you either, Adrian. Really looking forward to it. It should be a very good evening, afternoon.
It's like the mid time, isn't it? It's not necessarily afternoon, but it's like 4 till 5. What would you call 4 till 5?
And Neville says he's arriving at 3:15 and having a coffee.
Ooh.
Well, you get there, Neville, because there's a band
Nobody's other shows.
Somebody on before. I can't remember his name, but he's only 18, so it'd be good to support him as well. And he's a solo artist, so that will be good if you get there at 3:15, Neville. And Tracy says he's a good waller, to be honest. He's an excellent waller. Not the man that's singing, although he might be a good waller as well. Billy, she's on about. Cycling for fun. Stay at a rented cottage in Buckden some summers to cycle around the Dale. It's a fantastic place to cycle, as you'll know. It's a wonderful place where you just go a bit further on.
There's this massive hill.
There's a river, and it's absolutely stunning, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
With all the stones and how the rivers, eroded through and everything looks absolutely
And there's like this, and there's like a road on either side, and you can actually. I will presume you can drive past it because there's actual road, but it's like there's like a stone, and it's just all flat. Which I mean, do you reckon that was natural, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. God, yeah.
I know it was weird. But
Nobody's just carved the river out.
Well, that's what I mean. It's weird how naturally it's like a handmade road. Road.
It is stunning.
So it's just like that, and then the water's that deep, and then it's just running through, but yet it gets deeper to a waterfall like straight after, so you can just walk past it. I just walk through it. It's a bit slippery, but as long as you're careful, I walk through it, and I suppose you can drive through it as well.
And Tracy says Billy's better than her at walling. I think he's better than a lot of people. He is exceptionally good at walling. He likes walling.
Just put the stone on top of each other.
He's very methodical and checks every single one, and he is exceptionally good at walling. So there you go, that's Billy for you. Good at walling and stealing people's classic cars to go to the pub.
Farmer says it costs, if you paid someone, I think he said it would cost him £8,000 a year for people to do his walling, because he's got Greystone walling.
I got a picture of a sheep on the way up. I forgot to show it to you.
Oh.
It was, and I can't show it to you because it's on the iPod. It was stood on the wall.
Oh.
So I stopped the car,
took the picture,
we took the picture, and then it did this, I don't know whether to jump down or not. So then it moved and went back. I can't decide whether to jump down, and as it's deciding whether it's going to jump down, stones were just going off, like exploding off the wall. I thought, well, if you carry on, you won't need to jump, because the wall will be about 8 inches high, It's going, I don't know. And by the time it done it, I thought, the poor farmer.
Well, he was going around, he's saying like sheep and walkers. He was going, knock down the walls, because he was saying if you had to pay somebody, how expensive it would be, and he has to do it all himself. But he was going like, he was like walkers, he obviously.
Walling is slow, even if you're good.
Yeah, well, he's got like 1,500 acres of land.
That's a lot.
He doesn't, I mean, I'm saying all his personal details.
Well, he's told you it, to be fair.
Yeah,
He has
personal.
told everybody
Well, he
there
doesn't
that we're
own it.
recording.
It's the National Trust.
You know, you haven't been stalking him on the internet,
No,
Googling
like
him
people
and
do
stuff,
stalk.
like a stalker. You haven't been stalking him, he's told you that story himself,
So,
hasn't
yeah,
it?
but yeah.
Knocking on his door, looking through his window.
Shoot there, have you?
What do you own then? Looking on a land registry. She's not that sad.
I even paid you rent this month.
Yeah, how much is it? All right, okay, that's not bad.
So you've got so much land. Yeah, you've got a house, well. We take this into consideration.
And I've been looking at your daughter's details.
And you got bird tax.
Yeah.
Go into it.
You registered that chicken.
That chicken's not registered to me. That chicken looks registered,
Yeah,
but
but
that
one's
one.
not. Right, I'm ringing the police.
Hello, he hasn't registered his chicken.
You know, the one with the fluffy
He
feet.
doesn't harm anybody if he's not registered. But, you know.
Chicken, but we're just, stalking.
Yeah. So.
No, so he told her all this, obviously, so that's why she's saying it. Oh dear.
But there will be a shortcoming because I got to feed a cow. Oh, and then we went into his field with the bull, right? And we go into his field, and there's this massive big bull, it's the bull size, it was a big bull.
The bulls are big.
Yeah.
Generally, even if they're small bulls, they're big, aren't they?
And we came in, it was near the gate, and it was a cows further up the road, and they were having an argument, so far away. They were having a right argument. He was having a right go, and the farmer was going on.
Smashed straight through the wall.
Well, they were electrocuted fences. He said,
that's why his walls are knackered, because he puts two bulls within opposing fields. I wonder where that wall's knocked down again, Maury.
No, I couldn't see the bulls. They were further. They were somewhere. But
that's because that's the only wall he's got left to keep them apart.
Well, he was saying the fact to me, why did you do each other for all night? They've been having a go at each other, and I thought it was quite funny. But anyway, then he was going. He says, as you all know, all farmers. There's only one farmer among us all, apart from the actual farmer. And he goes, no, it's more dangerous is a mother and her calves, and than a bull. So I was thinking, okay, that's positive. We might be with my angry bull, but not with the mothers and calves. And then we were there for a little bit. He goes, right, should have a look down at these calves. So we went down, and he says, what are the mothers and cows? Like, you just how dangerous they were, and here we are with them.
Go in there. Go on YouTube for going in Matilda.
I was like, great. That's what they were very cute. Those ones are extremely
As a running towards me.
Yeah. Well, as usual, obviously. I mean, like when we got to the residential place, I planned out full fire escape routes and how to climb out the window and everything, as you do. Oh, by the way, that balcony, it was lead roof.
Oh, was it? All right.
That's
I'll
why I
tell
couldn't
Billy.
go on.
Did you ring Billy?
There was a balcony. I wondered if you could go on it, but it turns out it was lead roof. So, but that probably would make sense because there's lead minings there. Well, back in the day, there'd been like 200 workers, and then all those farms produced milk for them. Just to let you know.
Gary says he's good at what about kitchens. Well, I can't say anything, can I, Gary? Because yes, he hasn't done the kitchen, to be fair to him, but he worked all week away, and then he's come back this weekend, and he has done the walling, hasn't he? And I think he's done something else.
I have not been here. Why am I getting questioned?
He has done. I haven't questioned you.
No, I mean,
He didn't. He has done something else as well, Gary. I can't moan with him this weekend. So the kitchen will be next weekend again. Cal says, "Is it finished?" No, it's not. Must be work in progress. Cal says he loves my laugh.
A lot of people love your laugh.
And Tracy says the sound's breaking up. Is it for anybody else? Yeah. That's not good, Tracy. Is it you? It should be all right. It's on a fixed connection. Turbo Terms World, I have 270 cows and 2 bulls in the farm here in Devon. Oh, wow. Well done, you. That's a lot. 270 cows.
I think you had 270 sheep.
But not 270 cows.
Well, to be honest, I mean, I think he said...
Oh, the sound's breaking up, so what we're going to do? The sound's breaking up.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, no, Adrian says it's okay now. Gary says it seems stable now. Well, we're on a fixed connection, so I don't know what I can do.
Literally.
Abby says it seems fine now.
Yeah. Well,
right.
continue.
So, there's nothing we can do if it breaks up because we are on a fixed connection.
Cal
says it's better now. Tracy says it's better now.
Okay, that's
it's
fine.
Definitely better
it's
now.
Better now. That's all that matters, isn't it? Yeah, that's all that matters.
Van Transit says just up from Buckton is Yockenthwaite. Lovely spot and start of the River Wharf. Well, we saw that river.
What?
Right. Just up from Buckton Are you understanding
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, it's Yokenthwaite, lovely spot and start of the River Wharf, and that must be the river that you were talking about.
Well, he had a river running through his farm, and there's like the flatter bit where he has the cows during the summer, and then they go onto the hills during winter because he lets the grass all grow. So there, yeah. Well, I mean, that must be
Anyway,
a
on
river
about
walk for him.
rivers brings us nicely on to this story of how cute are those. It's not a very good picture because you're not allowed near them.
Unless you just suddenly creep on and get yourself.
Two baby beavers known as kits have been born at the Lowther estate near Penrith. So that's very near us, about an hour away. And it's 4 years since a pair of Eurasian beavers, Glen and Dragonfly, were introduced. It appears to be the first time the beavers have successfully bred. And they were born in May of June this year. And you're not allowed near them, but they will show you footage. Yeah, just go for a little pet. Hello. I'm sorry, I didn't see all those signs. I'm dyslexic.
What about that electrified fence? Oh, I tripped over it.
What about that wall that smashed down?
That was the cow.
That was, yeah.
That was Daisy.
You can see that sheep
Is
stood
that
on
not
top
female's
of it.
name for a bull? Yes, but I only call cows Daisy, so I didn't really know what else to call him. The only option was Bob, but I thought, no, we'll go for Daisy. It was like a bit opposite day, like, in fact, he's a really tough cow. We'll call him Daisy. And he likes Daisy.
They all go near it, them. They used to do that because we went to that seals thing, didn't they? And the people that were working there, they're all allowed near them. But I bet you can't get anywhere near them anyway. They have got them on camera traps, so you can see footage of them apparently.
Must have stalking them.
And it says careful grazing with water buffalo, keeping the grass short, maintaining damp flushes and muddy edges has also helped to foster a perfect habitat for lapwing, who are bred in the area for the first time alongside families of mallards, moorhens and greylags. In addition, we have
the duck that's named after Sir Wesley's sister, brother.
So yeah. In addition, we have spotted a number of bats on the trail cameras feeding on insects above the pool. None of this would have taken place if the beavers had not created the wetland habitat. So that's good, isn't it?
Yes, that's
Beavers
right.
back and they're helping nature.
So it's
helping
like
other
that
animals
beavers
as well.
inside England, like the only beavers we've got.
No, there's others, but those are obviously in that area.
Yeah.
And they've released them, haven't they? They haven't bred sort of like naturally. They are in their natural habitat, but it's like
Well, they've released them back to the wild.
yeah, and doing like a program, aren't they? A plan of reintroducing them. So what they're saying is it's been successful so far because they've had 2 kits.
Oh, good. Hopefully that Daisy don't go through the fence.
Yeah, as long as Daisy behaves herself, we're fine.
He was quite riled though. I must admit, he was quite angry. He was like mooing away as he does, like my new pet cow. And then we also got to see a type of sheep which looked like my old cat really. And he was talking about the fact of what good meat he is, and about the fact that his fur is good for clothes. So yeah, I did get a video of the sheep, but I don't know if it's good enough for a video. I only got a little video of it, and he ran away sadly. But he's a very cute sheep. He was a very cute sheep.
David says good evening.
Good evening, David.
Camilla says, help, I have 10 hours of homework. That's rather a lot. It's 2 a.m. and I need to be up for school by 6 a.m. Oh dear. Tracy says, get some sleep. That'll get the homework done, won't it, Tracy?
I woke up at 5:30 this morning.
And then but obviously after the news. Gary says, say your dog ate your homework. Camilla, that's what I did. And somebody said, there, Dean, what are you doing for Halloween?
I don't know.
Sorry about that.
like a what? Like a.
I thought you got your mask.
Is this month?
You got your mask.
I don't know. I'll have to think about it.
And Turbo Tim's World says, how's the driving going, Matilda?
It's not really been going anywhere.
You've been driving a crane, though.
Oh yeah, I did that, didn't I? Yeah, forgot about that. Yeah, I've been up since 5:30. You know.
Oh, well done you.
And then
all heroes wear capes.
Well, you see, we sort of wanted to do, just get up early. We thought, well, should we get up at 1 o'clock in the morning? So we did set our alarms, and then we thought, nah. And then we went back to bed. But we got about less than 5 hours sleep.
And then she had to have a little sleep before the news.
I was very tired. That was a busy day. Oh, and then we did this actually. It was really, really educational because we did this, I mean, I suppose it's sort of the point. But we did this, like, sort of I don't know what you call it. It was a word like wood. It's not woodcraft, like bushcraft, something, I don't know.
Survival.
No, they named it something. They had a special name for it. But basically, what we did was they had these people and they came and taught us loads of things. And I'm gonna do some. I think I might do some videos on it. I'll attempt it. Because for starters, they taught us how to. They showed us different types of herbs and stuff, and loads of different, not herbs really, like things you can get from the woods, and so they did that, and then we tried them all and stuff, and then they made this bread which it has a name. I'm really rubbish with names, and it was where the Romans, I think, used, and basically they just had self-raising flour and water. You literally just put them both together and it makes bread. There's no yeast or anything. So they did that, and we basically like rolled it and stuff, and then we flattened it out and made it into a bit of like Cornish pasty. So we could choose between all the herbs and herbs. I don't know what you call them, like salady stuff. Put them
You've been
all.
listening well to this, haven't you?
I'm more of the look listener. I can fully make it. I just can't say the words. So then I put some cheese in mine and this like limey sort of leafy thing that you get in salads. Put it all together, made a Cornish pasty, and must admit mine was the most smoothest and detailed and prettiest. Did that, and then I made a chocolate orange one as well. But basically you can actually cook that inside the ashes of the fire, but we cooked that on a frying pan, but they did not a frying pan, it was like a big pot thing. And then you can put them inside the ashes, which they did actually, and we tried the ashes with it. It gave a really good crisp to it, the ashes. And then we got a rainbow salmon, which is a type of salmon. I remembered that word. And we actually learned how to like fully cut it, so I can actually get the meat out of it and get rid of the bones. And it's like a Tom and Jerry thing where you're basically left with the bones and then the tail and the head still intact. Anyway, apparently we swapped over groups, so some of us went when I was doing that, other people were walking, and then we swapped over and we went caving instead, not walking. We decided we went caving instead, and then they did the bushcraft thing. Anyway, somebody ate the fish eye.
They didn't.
They did.
Oh, you're joking.
So then when we all got awards, he got
why
that.
would they do that?
He just did. I don't know.
Oh,
I never really questioned it. I just know they did it. He ate the fish eye. So, while everybody else was like, not even wanting to look at it or to eat it or whatever, he ate the fish eye.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah. But that was it.
So everybody's getting up early for some unknown reason. What's everybody getting up so early for? Who's getting up the earliest? It's going to be a competition now. Because Tracy's
technically I go up at 1, so I feel like
Tracy's up at 5:30.
Oh,
Aaron was up at 5. Oh, Carl's winning at the moment. 4:30 tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow though.
Dean says, "Did you see something on fire?" Aaron says, "I'm." Because if you get up early, did you see something on fire?
Oh, right.
Sorry, Dean.
I thought you meant by the fire.
Your joke. Sorry
I
about
thought you
that.
meant by the fire.
Sorry about killing your joke.
Sorry.
Aaron says, I'm starting my first bus shift at 5:30 a.m. tomorrow, number 2 to Kidlington, Oxford. Gary says, campfire and singing songs, cooking marshmallows, happy days. Neville says...
Well, can I answer that?
Just 1 minute, let me just read. No, you always cut Neville off.
I don't mean to.
Neville's having his
I like to answer people's comments. And
sorry, Neville. You did this about 3 weeks ago. He was trying to get his point across. The beaver dams help reduce the river flow during heavy rainfall and can reduce flooding risk downstream. They seem very environmentally friendly, don't they, the beavers?
Yeah, apparently inside his farm, there's these things that they put up inside like the 90s or something. I can't remember when he put it up, but basically put it up and basically means they don't get flooded. But like somewhere, they said Leeds, but I think he got it wrong. Somewhere down the road, basically, they get completely flooded because they don't get flooded, but they get flooded because they've stopped it from getting flooded.
So back to Gary's campfire and singing songs, cooking marshmallows, happy days. What do you want to answer to that?
We did cook a marshmallow. I made a perfect marshmallow, even though I don't like marshmallows. I still made a perfect marshmallow. And then we did do the singing. I played my ukulele, but we didn't do that at a bonfire thingy. We did it indoors. But we played Hey Soul Sister. These boots are made for walking. You are my sunshine. We had a good little sing song. It's after the fashion show. We did a fashion show. We literally did a full fashion show, and it wasn't, you couldn't win it, but I mean, like, I think we did pretty well because of what I did was I had this like really big dress on, and because you could mix and match the clothes. Everybody bought clothes, or you could just bring in your own outfit, which I did bring my own outfit. And then 2 of my friends, they were security guards, so they had like these chokers, and we had sunglasses. We all wore sunglasses because I bought loads of sunglasses to the residential because of that's what I did. So basically, majority of the time we walked around with sunglasses on. Anyway, so we were security guards, and we thought of this full routine to a Taylor Swift song. Don't blame me. We we had to choose a song within about half an hour because we didn't think about the fact that we needed a song for a runway. We thought of the full choreography, just not the song bit. So then we had to choose a song, which was really hard, believe it or not, to actually find a song, and then we had to change the choreography completely.
So Adrian says it sounds like a video about the salmon, Matilda.
I mean, I should do a video on it because I mean, he did show me the full thing to do, so I could do it. And he showed me how to cook it on the fire as well with the wood and everything, so I could do it.
Carl says bush tucker trials. I don't know how they do them. It's just disgusting. I think it's cruel, some of it, because they eat them live on that. Is it I'm a Celebrity? Get me out of here. Oh, it's disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
Abby says my wake up time is 10 a.m.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Dave says 5 a.m. for me for work. Gary says I'm not going to sleep then. Lol. Do I win? you are the winner. You've beaten because somebody was early now. Adie's done 4:15, but you're actually the winner now, Gary. So Carl says that's cheating, Gary. I don't know what the not sleep getting up early rules were. No, we never set any rules, to be fair.
I feel maybe you need to
You've
go
got to sleep. Have some form of sleep,
Gary. I feel you do need to have some form of sleep because then it's not all night.
Even if it's on like 20 winks. So at the moment, the winner is Heidi, who's getting up at 4:15. Can anybody else beat that?
And you can't change your time, by the way.
Because it's cheating if you don't have some form of sleep, which I can understand. I can agree with you, Carl.
I woke up at 1 and then I just went back to bed again. So that I know that doesn't really count, but I purposely woke up. I set an alarm.
Turbo's team was I was up at 6 and in Cornwall you're not winning at that. 6 is quite late now.
Yeah.
Since this live started. You're lazy.
You're so lazy at 6.
Jesus, still in bed at 6. God. I wouldn't be admitting that. But I can see Cornwall down the farm here in Devon. Andrew says, I didn't get to bed today till 6:30 a.m. Oh, we're going the other way round now. What was the Jesus? What was the latest you went to bed? Because he didn't get to bed until 6:30. He was driving back from Glasgow, had a great day, seeing an amazing singer, but totally wiped out.
Oh, I bet.
And Adrian's getting up at 4:30 to go to London.
God.
Carl says, when does the Guess the Song finish? She didn't even know her own things. Kevin Wood works at 6:40 for work.
I need to explain that, yeah.
And Tracy, Terry, I've gone Tracy. Terry's getting up at 12 too. You are the winner at the moment. Yeah, you've won. Yeah, but you can't
12,
beat that, can you?
Yeah, but the thing is, if you think about it, is it today or is it tomorrow?
No, that's what he means, 12. The minute it goes 12, he's getting up, so he's gone to bed, so it's the next day, yes, so he's the winner.
No, he's got to do it 1 minute past 12.
Right, so the next person that does, oh no, he thinks he's won, bless him. I'm not telling him any different. You're the winner, Terry, in my eyes. He's so excited. I'm not peeing on his chips. You're the winner, love. Then second, I think, was Gary. Oh no, he's quickly coming at 1. He's coming at 12:01. Yeah. So you're fine. You have won, Terry.
Yeah.
Well done, right, Terry. Well done.
Well done. Well done. You've done well.
Terry's the winner. He's getting up earlier than anybody else, and now we
have to stay
awake. At the moment, Adrian's the winner of going to bed because he went to bed at 6:30. Terry says thank you. As well, you're welcome. We'll try and send you a badge or something.
We can make you
one of these.
My last year's one was I got Elton John award for best.
Anyway, back to Carl's question: when does the Guess the Song?
Yes,
well, she's been away on a residential, so she hasn't been doing it. So it depends on when it comes out, but it would be anywhere, I think, 2 to 4 weeks.
Yes, well,
she's got to obviously do the dance, which she's on with.
Well, like for example, this week I've got a lot of rehearsal I have to do anyway. So I don't really like. It's very much, it's creativity things. I don't like to push it. But the thing is, you need to do is if you've voted and you haven't commented, then you won't win because I don't know who's voted. So I need.
Yeah, we're putting names into a hat, and we can only do. We can only do that if you comment on the YouTube video. So. Yeah. And don't think, oh, well, I've commented on Facebook or something, because we're just doing it for YouTube. Because what happens then is, if it's somebody that I don't really know and they've commented on both, I could mix it up and you've got a double chance. So we just have to say that it's the one on YouTube. So you've got to comment on YouTube if you want to go in the draw.
Yeah, you have to. And you only get in the draw if you actually win as well. If you get the right one, but I mean, that's, up to you, whatever you.
So Adrian says he went to bed at 7 a.m. the other week after a gig in London. So you're the winner at the moment, Adrian.
You winning this.
Aaron's getting up at 4 a.m. tomorrow. You're not winning, Aaron.
You can't do
You're too late. You've not won.
Yeah, but you just said 5:30, so that's a lie, because you've changed it.
Gary says, well done, Terry. I can sleep now. That's quite funny, isn't it? See with him with the running.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah. Get that one. Yeah.
Kevin Woods Workshop says, well done, Terry. They're all congratulating him.
Well
Well done, Terry.
Well done.
Dean says, have a good night, ladies. Enjoy. Good night, Dean.
Good night.
Carl says, I can't sleep until I
doing
know
it,
if I've
Lucia?
won. What's he? You haven't won.
Hmm.
Carl's not won. Terry's won. Adrian, I commented. Abby says, oh, you scared me when the phone dropped. Tracy says, I didn't know that you have to comment on YouTube. Well, Tracy, we know you commented. You've got to go on to the vote to do it.
I mean, you can message me if you want to.
And then you can, and then comment. But we know your name, don't we? We won't put you in twice. So
Yeah.
it's just that it just stops some people going in
What about
twice.
if
So
we
I
had
didn't
another
really
Tracy
know.
who comes a follower? What would we do?
Well, we know it's her.
Yeah, but what about if we had like another Tracy Smith?
Well, we know it's her.
Yeah, but I what about if one
Well, we
turned up?
know it's what she says.
But still, what would it'd be a bit confusing.
Well, Tracy, if
wouldn't
another
it?
Tracy Smith turns up, I'll make sure I put a star next to it so you both can't get confused.
How can you do that? It's their account.
Aaron
Oh, no, do you
says
mean my
he's
own thing?
answering you back. He says I have to get there at 5:30, so he gets up at 4. Gary says, what does Terry win? 40 winks. And Carl says the song. Yeah, that's the song. So she's put the 4 songs on.
Yeah.
She's at the moment she's already picked the song, obviously, but she's got to make choreography it and practice it, obviously, to get it perfect to video.
And then I've got to work out where to film. It's very hard, isn't it?
And then,
Just-
yeah.
people don't realise you have to work out where to film it, the outfit, and it takes a bit of time. But also, I do have quite a lot this week coming, so I don't know how much time I'll have to do it. And so, but it might be of time. 'Cause usually, I don't announce the fact I'm doing dance, so that I can have the longest time
So
of
we
life
didn't
if I
want-
like to change or not.
We didn't want to put a date because we don't want it rushing out. So if we said, oh, it's
Because
going
I
to be
rush
like
it might not be as good.
the 15th of November, for example, and she maybe, gets an ankle injury or she can't get it right. We don't want to rush it out. So it will be soon, but we don't know when.
But all that matters is if you comment, you can comment now, forget about it, and don't think about it for a while, and then you'll just suddenly win. So you just have to do that. Just comment. Make sure you comment though, because you won't be in the draw. If you just voted, you won't be in. You have to comment as well.
Aaron says he's thinking of buying a Rover 25 soon.
Right.
And Gary says Terry the prize is a brilliant smoke machine. God, on that crap.
Have we sent that by yet?
Well, I know it's going bad, but it was. I mean, I just don't see how it can be advertised as a smoke machine. It was useless.
I don't know, but we still need to figure out what to do. We haven't got one.
Yeah, but I'm not buying that ice stuff. I hadn't looked actually. Somebody mentioned about dry ice, but I haven't looked. I'll have to have a look. Anyway, we're supposed to be a news channel.
Oh, we
don't
did actually read
say
out
anything
one
about
though,
news.
didn't we?
Have we done one?
Yeah.
This one's very, 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 very sad. Extremely sad. So we'll get the sad one done.
Right, okay. You just hold that and I'll get it back to you in a second. So, this is quite there's a lot of elements to this story. Bad elements mainly. And just, yeah. So, basically, police have euthanized a XL bully dog. Now this was inside the news. I mean, news flies, but a couple of months ago, maybe last year, about the fact of this uproar. The fact of basically ex-bullies were getting. You had to either get them put down, or have to get like a.
You can get an exemption certificate, but
and
you have to go to court, and then you have to muzzle them.
You have to muzzle them if you go out. So this person didn't get them inside the system. So what happened was the police got this XL bully dog from a address inside Morecambe's, and they took the dog, and they basically the owners then went to court to get an exemption.
Well, they were going to court.
They were going to court.
So basically, the law states that you can get an exemption for it. And the law is that whilst that exemption is, they can't euthanize the dog, basically, because the way, and it's got to have a court order. And they were preparing to prosecute this person for not registering this dog, which is fair enough. That's what they've done. That's fine. That's the law. But then carry on. That they've done.
But then what's happened is they went to court, basically. It was all ready to go before they actually did it. The police went and euthanized it.
And they've killed the dog.
They've actually killed the dog. So this dog, which I'll show you a picture of now, is a family dog. Obviously, Bruno is his name. Obviously, every dog, pretty much is a family dog unless it's a working dog. This is Bruno, which is a very cute doggy. This is Bruno. And Bruno is now sadly not here because the police have gone and killed him.
And the owners say that he was a well-behaved dog, and said that he was fine and they'd had no problems with him. And they were saying that this the group say that it's called Save Seized Dogs, so it's obviously a dog group, and they're saying that this is the problem with this breed specific legislation, is that these things can happen and it should be abolished immediately. And they're asking, if you live in the area, to write to the MP asking them to investigate this on their behalf, and there's a link for it and everything, you know, because it's pretty outrageous, really, isn't it?
This is the other thing that's happened, is the police have said, this is the statement, this is what they've said that's happened. It says his owners have been interviewed, informed. So the owners have been informed a few days ago at the Morecambe police station that they were going to go to court to ask for an exemption. They then received an email from Lancashire Police saying that due to
administration error,
this is absolutely ridiculous, really, the police has mistakenly killed the dog.
So they emailed them. They didn't even personally knock on the door. They emailed them.
Yeah.
But this
and
is
then
the
wait
worst
for this
bit.
bit. Are you ready?
This is the worst bit.
So I'll read out that line again just to add a bit more. The police had mistakenly killed the Bruno, but it's okay. Though the police has said that it was made a mistake, but you know, it'll be taken into account and it won't happen again.
Well, basically what they've said is they turned around and said it's okay though. This is what they've emailed them, because they've assured the owners that measures have been taken within the department to ensure this doesn't happen again. I mean, you'd be fuming, wouldn't you? If you'd lost your pet dog.
I mean,
you imagine Zach, right? And I'm fully aware Zach isn't a dog, but we don't have a dog. But imagine somebody telling you and saying, right, we've made this legislation that cats are dangerous and you've got to get an exemption. And you just think, oh, this is more control, which they've obviously done, isn't it? This is more control, more legislation. I really can't be bothered. Whatever reason they've not done it, that's not the dog's fault. And also the other thing
is that if that dog has never done anything wrong and they may take it on the street with a muzzle, they'll probably think, well, it's never going to attack anybody, so what's the point?
Whatever reason, it's not the dog's fault.
This is the
whatever the owners not followed the law. That's obvious.
It's not the dog's fault.
That's fine.
The dog could be given to somebody else.
Imagine if somebody took the cat or took it by mistake. You know, it might have been registered, took it by mistake, and then they just emailed you and said, "Oh, by the way, unfortunately, we've killed your cat." But don't worry about it, because we're not killing anybody else's cat, because we've now changed the computer system. Yeah, I mean, it's disgusting. It's absolutely outrageous.
Obviously, they've had this dog of the police, so they're probably thinking, "Oh, we're in safe hands with the police, and they're not going to do anything with it." And what do they find out? Get an email inside the morning that it's killed. So it says, obviously, meanwhile, there is a heartbroken family which will never see their dog again. Obviously. You know, it's just dreadful.
But some people, I saw it on Facebook, and some people have put, I can't understand why they didn't get the dog registered and they should have followed the law. And fair enough, right? But that's still not the dog's fault. And I thought, hang on a minute. Yes, they've not followed the law, but they're members of the public.
Yes.
Nobody commented, well, hang on a minute, the police didn't follow the law. No. And they are paid and trained to follow the law, aren't they? That's their job. So the law is that you should register your dog. Fair enough. That's what the public is supposed to do. He hasn't done it. But the law with the police is you're not supposed to euthanize the dog until it gets a court order. So the police haven't followed the law. So they were getting a file against him to prosecute him for not following the law, the guy that owns the dog. So why did the police, how come he can't get away with then saying, I'm sorry, it was an administration error? Yet the police haven't followed the law.
And the police have really done a bit more of a dangerous thing.
Yeah, they haven't followed the law. So when do they get taken to court?
Because that's
what gets me.
Say if you or I or anybody in here goes and kills a dog, or does whatever, maybe kills a dog.
I could email somebody and say it's we have a dog down the road and it just barks. She has it barking back and doesn't stop it. So you imagine if you just lost. You got so stressed, right, I'm going to go around and see her. I'm going to go around and see about this dog. You go in the garden, the dog comes running to you to bite you or something, you kick it away as self-defence and it kills the dog, right? It's just something like that, hypothetically speaking, right? And the police are obviously then called and you said, I'm sorry, it was a mistake. You would
what
never...
happened again, though? It was an error. What happened again, though?
You would never, ever, ever get away with that without going to court. It just wouldn't happen.
Pay some money or whatever.
You would have to go to court, you'd be all over social media and everything. Yeah. They've killed that dog, and why don't? And this is what I don't.
Why
understand.
aren't they getting any compensation?
Well, that I don't know if they will or not, but I just don't understand how they can just turn around and say, "Oh, it's an accident, it's an administration error." Why aren't they getting prosecuted? Like the man was getting prosecuted. That's what I can't understand. And I
Exactly, because you know he's gone and killed a dog. Which just the thing is, some people feel like obviously people just because we're humans and we can talk to each other. What means that a dog isn't more important? Should be.
Well, it's important to the people, isn't
exactly.
it? It's very important.
A dog should. I know it can't be exactly equal because obviously they have different mannerisms. So you don't they for example you be giving them food in the bowl for example. So it's not exactly equal, but still they're still a living being. You don't even if it's like a spider, you don't kill it. It's a living being. You don't kill anything that's living. It's wrong.
You would have thought it as well. It's so.
But the police officer is trained to know the law as well.
You're not just because it's a serious thing, isn't it? Killing something, especially a healthy dog. It looks as healthy as anything, doesn't it? Well, just killing anything. But anyway, you think they'd have a thing like saying, "All right, we've got some." How many dogs can they have in Morecambe Police Station? It can't be overrun with dogs.
Well, we're not arresting anybody. Just got dogs.
It can't be. So let's say they've got 4, right? They must say, "Oh, what's happening with this dog today?" Oh, I look down the thing, and then you just think that they'd have more of a system. Does it just say a tick box? Oh, euthanized or not euthanized? Well, you think they'd say, right? Oh, well, this one says euthanized. I better check the court papers. Even if it says euthanized, I better do. This is supposed to be the police that can investigate anything, isn't it? Like you can imagine these are investigating a murder. And, I better check and I'll double check. Oh, hang on a minute. There's no court orders for this dog that I've been told to euthanize. All right, let's look into it. But instead, they must just go, all right, yeah, kill that one. And it's gone.
No.
You'd be mortified. And you're just thinking for legislation.
And how did the dog feel in all
They've walked in, haven't they?
And also the other thing, even if they have done this, which, I mean, no, sorry, no, even they have done it. They've done it. But why didn't the owners get to say goodbye to the dog?
Because they've killed it.
No, yes, but that's what I mean. Well, they were going out to kill this dog, so why
I understand what you mean. Yeah, they don't give a stuff, do they?
Why didn't they?
I never thought of
if
that.
they know they're going to go kill this dog, why didn't you get to say goodbye to the dog? Because I mean, we've had animals that's had to been put down for like say an illness, and you all you want to do is say goodbye because obviously it's heartbreaking. You're so
they don't
afterwards.
give a stuff. Yeah, I never thought of that. They
so
haven't turned around. They haven't commented
goodbye?
to them, have they? Haven't said right, your dog's getting euthanized today. Would you?
And where's the dog now? Can they bury him?
God knows. Well, God knows.
Where's the dog? He's inside the bin outside.
God knows. It just doesn't bear thinking about, does it?
No.
It's outrageous, but that's what you see when people are commenting, and it's just so narrow-minded, isn't it? They're openly there to slag him off who didn't get it registered. That's fine. Okay, he didn't follow the law. Okay, fine. But they're not open there to say, well, hang on a minute, the police didn't follow the law, right? Did they? Which was actually more devastating. Fair enough if he hadn't followed the law. But then
not everybody's trained in law.
Registered that dog, even if he'd said, right, I'm going to register that dog and its exemption, it's not going to stop it from attacking somebody if they don't follow the rules, is it?
And the other thing is that you don't know that person's circumstances and the fact that I know that people might think, oh, you're saying things, what's the word? You're picking things here, but I'm not really, because a lot of people do. Not many people follow the news as well, do they?
Well, they might not know.
Exactly, they might not know you have to register because not everybody goes on the news and stuff. I mean, people that I talk about are like, oh, this happened, like, oh, did it? Like,
but it's legislation. It's like with
not
this hen thing, isn't it? There's legislation for everything.
A lot of people don't have
People will turn around. I mean, I won't get any hens now. I wouldn't do it because I couldn't be bothered with all the legislation. So there's obviously people, and rightly so, if that's their opinion, that says this is pathetic. Why should I? I've got a dog. It's never done a damn thing wrong. Why should I register it? So they've got opinions, haven't they? Whereas the police, they can't turn around and say, well, I've got a dog here that's perfectly healthy. I'm just going to euthanize it. Why shouldn't I? The member of the public has got the argument, hasn't there, that I don't think that's right. Do you know what I mean? Whereas a police officer is a paid person that has to follow the law. That's what they're trained to do.
You got paid to kill a dog, which wasn't supposed to.
You got paid to follow the law. They're paid to follow the law. Whereas the member of public isn't paid to follow the law. We pay the police to follow the law, don't we? Taxpayers.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's a very, 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 very sad story.
Yeah.
Gary says they should sue the police. I bet it won't bring the dog back. I know it won't, but it might just get them to think. Oh God, I give him with some of the police that we've met through. I mean, it wasn't Lancashire Police, through North Yorkshire Police. I sometimes wonder if they have any brain whatsoever. Abby says this is absolutely disgusting. Van Transit says the poor dog won't die again. Neville says just another example of police incompetence. Tragic. Yeah, just like I say, Neville, it wasn't Lancashire Police which we've had problems with, but North Yorkshire Police. I just don't think it's just horrific how bad they've been with us. They should sue the police. Totally heartless. Eat mail. I know, and that's the thing. If I'd have done that, which I wouldn't do, because I'd make sure that I was right. I couldn't kill a dog anyway.
No.
I made sure it was
Exactly
right.
who you're dealing with.
I'd be on
what's
the
got a dog.
I'd be on the doorstep on my knees, you know, going, I'm so sorry. I couldn't, you know, I'd be mortified. But they don't give a stuff, do they? It's just
You'd
an
be
email
sending them
about the way your
everything
dog's
you'd be
dead.
doing. You know, if you
I'm
do
surprised
it.
they even bothered to email, actually.
Yeah.
Um,
But can you imagine like reading that email? You double read it all the time when you're thinking.
Adrian says, yeah, I should sue the police. Totally heartless, that
Mm.
email, yeah. If the police can't follow the law, what hope for society? Well, we know they don't follow the law. Well, not all of them, obviously.
No, see,
Terry says, useless, this country. Tracy says, I couldn't be without Blue. Aaron says, the police have failed lots of people. They certainly have. Tracy says, she's glad in Ireland. Gary said, Tracy, apart from... Tracy says, don't kill anything that's living.
No.
Gary says, apart from cockroaches, I hate them.
No, you're not got anything.
You
just have to take it outside.
Oh, Debbie says I need to go because it's making me upset. Sorry, Abby.
We are moving on.
Sorry, we are moving on, but sorry, it is an upsetting story.
It has to be obviously shown.
Adrian says, you're right, Matilda. They should have asked if you want to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Aaron says, it's heartbreaking, but why are people allowed to breed the most aggressive dog breeds amongst each other? I think it's like anything. Like we had it when we were younger. They used to always be on about like Rottweilers and German Shepherds, Alsatians, that type of dog. There used to be a lot in the news about them, and then that went off, and then it was these XL bullies. I don't know enough about it, Aaron, but from what I've heard is there's a lot that aren't vicious. And there's sort of like this legislation has tarred them all with the same brush. So I think there's obviously unscrupulous people that'll breed any kind of dog.
Well, this is like dog fighting, isn't it?
XL bullies, Rottweilers, they'll breed to get aggression out of it. But there's a lot of people that have bred these XL bullies as a family pet. And
the thing is,
from what I've read on a lot about it, they do make exceptional family pets.
Yeah,
it's
but the
like
thing is,
anything.
if your person wants aggressive dogs, you know, do dog fighting or whatever, you know, hot things they do, then if the XL bully's not working, if you can't get an XL bully, you're only going to get a different dog, aren't you? And bred that.
Tracy says, to be honest, I haven't registered Blue as she's so young. My last dog I didn't bother registering. I just can't. I don't see what is to gain out of it whatsoever. And we don't have a dog now, but all this microchipping and registering and that, I don't agree with it, so I don't get an animal.
I mean, I can. The only thing I can understand is obviously if you lose it, but the thing is, you just get like a collar that can just hold
but that's
it,
up to you, isn't it? They're
I
not
don't
doing that for that reason.
No, but I don't think you should put anything inside somebody's body.
No,
that's wrong. Putting something inside somebody's
well,
body.
When
but I
didn't do Tammy.
I think trackers on like the collars. I think should be a bit more like.
Well, I never did Tommy because she got too old.
Oh, no,
by the time it came in, she was,
Tammy,
and I thought, I'm not taking her to the vet.
She
Stressing
was
her out of her mind.
She was too well behaved.
Injecting something into her. She's an old girl, and I just didn't do it.
And she was well behaved, so she didn't need anything.
Dogs are like people. Some are mental and some aren't. Exactly the same. With all animals, we've had horses. Well, not we've had horses coming into training that are mental. We had a cat that was an absolute raving lunatic. Nothing you could do with it.
You look at that bull that I saw today, right? That's, you know, obviously a massive big animal. And, you know, it could easily just, you know, probably, well, it could kill us all if it wanted to. But it didn't, did it? It just sat there, you know. So, you know, I mean, it was more bothered about the bull next door.
And Sasha says, I've owned 3 staffies, softest dogs on earth, got a husky. She's bitten me over 10 times due to food aggressions. Oh, dear. Aaron says, my dad got attacked once by around 5 Alsatians owned by the same person. That's shocking.
That's not right.
Gary says, my friend has 3 10-stone Rottweilers and they're all soft, lovely temperaments. So that's it. Well, Gary will know when we were younger, it was always in like when you had the paper before the internet. It was always, oh, this Rottweiler's done this, Rottweiler's done that. And now they seem to have gone off that. You don't hear it. Nothing. Well, it seems to be the XL bullies.
It's always some of those things like, for example, they focus on one war and then get bored of it and move on to the next one. Like, oh.
Tracy says, oh, Tammy. Yeah, she was a lovely dog.
Yeah.
Aaron says, some people really are big, aggressive dogs keeping them company to make up for their insecurities. Well, yeah, you see that, don't you, with dogs walking. I mean, I suppose you can make any dog aggressive from a little terrier, couldn't you? To anything. You can make it aggressive if that's how. And I suppose if you beat dogs, a naturally breed that isn't aggressive would be aggressive if it's been beaten. Could go either way. Like humans, couldn't it? If you bully a human, they can go either way. They could become aggressive
or
shy away, become insular. So I suppose that's the same with dogs, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like sort of dogs, they sort of have like, that's I suppose the reason why a majority of us, a lot of people have dogs, is because they're very close to humans' personalities. They're aware of everything that goes on. Like, for example, Brian, he's not aware of anything. He's sat inside his own little world.
Brian,
Well, he is!
Brian's aware of everything.
He's just sat there, isn't he?
Brian's watching the live upstairs. He's tapping in. Brian,
He is aware of certain things, but
Brian's on here. He's just done a few comments. He says he doesn't like dogs.
Brian will just sit there and look at a wall as if Zach.
He's assessing it.
But as if Zach, you could, talk to him, and if you say his name, he'll look up to you, and he's fully
Brian
aware.
does. Brian, when I go
Oh,
to morning,
no,
Brian
Brian-
runs round and round and
Oh
round
yeah,
there.
I know he does. I know he does. He does, yeah. But what I'm saying is, there's not a moment that Zacharias is not aware. As if Brian, there are moments
I know
that
Brian's
he's not
just
aware.
got more class. Zach's one of these that'll be friends with anybody, whereas Brian's, he's got to choose you.
Yeah, but Brian's just like, just sat. He just sits there, doesn't he?
He does. Brian, God, poor
Oh, no,
Brian.
I'm not slagging him off at all. I'm just saying that it's just how the awareness works. Is what I'm saying is what I'm trying to say is basically dogs have a bit more of a human awareness.
I think Brian will know a lot more going on than what
No,
you
I think he's more intelligent than what you think. But from they're just the
He
cover.
seems to manage to make Zach's life a misery. As soon as Zach comes, he don't give us any attention, Brian. But if we're on the sofa and Zach comes in and goes, "Hello, I'll give you a bit of attention," Brian goes, "I'll give you a bit of attention too," and jumps up on the couch.
As soon as Zach goes,
Yeah.
they know I'm born now. But yeah.
Satnav Dan says, "Good evening, Matilda and Jane."
Good evening. Although sometimes I think maybe like, even though he's not aware, he's sort of like Zacharias is more intelligent, like all around. But yeah, but Brian is more intelligent in the fact of like the naughty things, like doing that. As if Zach would never do that. Zach would never go on because of Brian's on there. He's not like that. But as if
Yeah, that's what I mean. So that's how intelligent Brian is. He's working things out. Whereas Zach will just come in,
Zach
see
will just-
you, and go hello. He wouldn't assess. He wouldn't be aware of Brian. Apart from that, he's going to get
Brian's
attacked by him.
more aware.
Yeah, but Brian will be sat just quite happily in front of the fire, just sat there minding his own business. If Zach comes in and then goes and gives Matilda attention, Brian will go, and he'll jump on the sofa, just making his presence known. So I think
I'm
he's
here,
got more.
Zach.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm here.
Don't you go enjoying yourself?
Want a pet, do you? Well,
You're
so do
such a
I now.
bully.
Yeah.
Van says the most aggressive animals are humans. They are. There's some real toxic ones around here. Horrible. And
Well,
even
no-
women, isn't it?
Yeah.
Around here.
Well, I mean,
We
yeah,
haven't
but
got any problems
it can
with
be
men.
anywhere. I mean, you just, anywhere can be people.
Sashi says, you're talking about dogs now. Brian's a rabbit and Zach is the cat. We have a rabbit and a cat, and they don't get on us in the fight the whole time. They don't actually physically fight.
There's just little.
But Brian likes to control Zach. He really does. Brian's the rabbit and he really likes to control Zach. So if we say Zach's in the kitchen and we're making some tea and Zach's thinking what he can get, basically, is there going to be any treats or anything drop on the floor? He'll sit there and wait, and he might do a bit of and walk round you. And then Brian will come in to sort of like attack him, and then we'll see him and we'll look round and Brian will stop, won't he? And he'll go, oh,
He's like about to, he's like about to, and then look. Oh,
yeah, I wasn't doing anything. I was just coming in the kitchen too. Yeah, it does, doesn't
what
it?
time's tea? Like I wasn't doing anything.
Aaron says Brian's the rabbit. Yes, he is. Sashi says women are vicious. There's some real toxic ones around here. We've had some real nasty, well, I won't say the word, but adult women, isn't it, that are bullies, we've found.
I mean, you can find bullies everywhere. I just think they're a little bit more vocal when they're like bullying.
And Gary says sneaky Brian.
No,
Oh, we've done well tonight, haven't we?
right, next story. So, Lancaster Music Festival, which I am performing at, which is this week. So it's runs from Thursday to Sunday, and they are now one of the UK's biggest city centre music festivals, which is obviously a very, very good thing. But they have actually been really short of funding. They haven't got any art council. I don't think any.
They didn't get art council.
They didn't get any art council funding money this year, which to say they are the biggest is, I mean, obviously means, I suppose, speaks for everything. Then it means like the fact is it's not getting funded at the right amount. So it's not being funded, but yet still they have 500 shows, and they have, it doesn't say how many venues they have, but I know they have a lot of venues, and it's the 14th Lancaster Music Festival to take place from October the 10th to the 13th. The festival also gives a nod to the global obsession with Taylor Swift.
Oh God, you won't believe what we're doing this Friday.
We're going to
But
see.
she's dragged me into.
We're going to see a Taylor Swift tribute act. It's as well, sort of a tribute act. I don't exactly.
I
know
don't
how
think
to-
it's a tribute act. I think it's singing. Everybody getting together and singing Taylor Swift songs.
It's a bit annoying the fact I've got a birthday drum, which is going to really ruin my life. But
You won't be able to sing.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to set the situation when I get there. So it's gonna be. Where's it at? I should know this.
It's called the Priory Yoke. It's at the Priory, Lancashire Priory, and it's the Priory Yoke, and it's a group of karaoke dedicated to the popular singer. But so it is. It's not an act. It's all singing.
And it also, you get picked from the audience, so you can say whether you want it or not, and you get picked from the audience to do a
But
special
you won't be
one.
able to get picked from the audience because you've got a birthday drum, so I'll have to go up and enjoy myself.
I could try.
Sasha
Give it a
says,
little
I've had
go.
so many arguments with women walking dogs. Abby's back. Well done, Abby.
Good.
Sarah,
Taylor Swift now.
Sarah Horton said, I had a great weekend, especially our early morning hot chocolate. And she's just told me who it is. It's Divania. Is that Divania? Is that pronounced correctly?
Well, I said Didi. Hello, Didi. Yeah.
Abby says, oh my God, Taylor.
Can I say hello to Didi?
Can I just finish the quick things? Adrian says, great news tonight. You had us in tears, laughing and sadness. Gary says, Taylor Swift, yes. Adrian says, oh no, Taylor, lol. And Tracy says, the act is supposed to be brilliant. It's not, I don't think it is Tracy. I don't think it's the tribute act. I think,
Oh, no,
I think she's got it wrong.
Tracy might
Sasha says,
Can
can't
I answer Tracy's phone?
see Matilda liking Taylor Swift, to be honest. Thought she'd be into folk music and shanty songs for some reason.
Taylor
And
Swift
Tracy
is folk.
says, oh, sorry, not the same one, but country. Sorry, not the same one, but I'm sure you'll enjoy Swifty. Willie the Wave says, hello. Oh my, it's dark here.
It's
Sasha
dark,
says, it is dark because Billy hasn't done the kitchen.
Well, it's dark because it's dark. It's night time.
Yeah, but we will be in the house, wouldn't we?
If Billy did the kitchen, it wouldn't suddenly someone come out.
Yeah, the kitchen light would be on. To be fair.
We got this light, but the battery only went out. And Maureen's already been playing up with that, so you know. But yeah, it should be a good day. We could even try and get some videos, I suppose, couldn't we? Of this.
That's gonna flatten my battery. What have you put on?
I've turned it off.
Oh right.
I was just showing. But yeah, hello Didi, we got a necklace on. Didi, just
Hi, Lewis.
make sure you go onto the shorts and you'll see this video of us inside the cave. Anyway, back to the stories. Right. So this is a pub. Now this is a pub story. And
Oh, this is quite funny.
this is what's happened is basically this pub, it has like a buffet, and
Right, so
this is a pub owner.
say, what do you think? Because when I read this story, I was like, oh my God, the cheeky so-and-so. And then it changed my mind. This is the gentleman.
This is the gentleman. As you can see, he's just the gentleman.
And
He
what
has
he's
a pub.
doing is, if you leave food on your plate, he's charging extra, which I read the headline and I thought, what's the headline?
I
It's
thought I was going to.
pub slams customers after charging them for leaving food on their plates. And I thought, oh God, how cheeky is that? Until you actually read the story.
So pub has basically slammed these customers because of for leaving food on their plates. Now we do have the picture of the plates, which I don't really want to show it.
Well, no, tell them the story and then
Okay.
they'll see what they think.
So
and
what
then
they
show them the
decided to do
picture.
instead, after they did that, so it was like a buffet, and you got it was £12. I think it was £12. No, it's just £12. £12 a head, and you basically go, and which is pretty cheap really for a buffet. I mean, like really cheap. So it's buffet, and you go, and I think it's like it's a Sunday carvery. So you know, Sunday carvery basically get the full Sunday meals, like a Christmas dinner, really, isn't it? Which is, I mean, Christmas dinner's my favourite meal. You get everything, don't you? It's great.
You certainly do.
You do.
You do.
It's great. I don't like Christmas pudding though.
I
But
don't like Christmas pudding, but I like the Christmas
But
dinner.
if you can make your own Christmas pudding, because you could just say it's Christmas pudding and it's your own, so you could just basically completely change it to a cake. Anyway, where was I? But so basically they've done that and they've left all their food. So what he's done is he's charged them £2.40 each. So every person has gone, he's charged them £2.40 because the amount of food that they've wasted. Now you might say, oh well, it might be rubbish food. Fair enough, if it's rubbish food, you're going to waste it, aren't you? But they got the food, piled their plate up, and then went back to get more food before they'd even finished the plate that they had piled up.
So it can't be rubbish food in their eyes because they've eaten it.
Yeah, and they've gone to get more.
And they also haven't put that complaint on the thing. They didn't
No.
say, oh, it was rubbish. They just said that they'd gone back, got more, and then they charged him £2.40. And before that, I thought, oh, it's a bit cheeky, isn't it? Until you see this, how much they wasted, and I'd have charged them more than that. I think £2.40 isn't enough. It's disgusting. So they've gone back.
they've only paid £12, you know.
And that's not the
but-
first meal. So they've gone back, had the meal, and then they've gone back and filled it up. Look at that. So I think that he's totally right.
Yeah. Now, so he says, if we can get to his statement, Mark, I believe his name is, I don't care about a couple of potatoes, even though there was more, but getting
I don't
left.
care about the potato bit.
I don't care about the, you know,
The
the
Yorkshire pudding.
yeah, the carrot.
And the carrot. And as for the sprout,
Well, don't get me started.
don't even start me on that.
I mean, who's going to eat them, realistically?
Yeah.
Getting left. It's just stupidity. Extreme waste that you know, annoys me. He's used a different word, but annoys me. If everyone did that, I would have to cook loads of food. I mean, he cooks loads of food anyway, but he'd have to cook, like, you know, more food, you know, because of the things he's saying about the fact is that people can come in, like, later on inside the day, which obviously, you know, you do. I mean, Tracy, we went for a carvery, didn't we, at 10 o'clock at night, didn't we?
And that was his argument as well. He said if they'd have come in at, say, I don't know what time he finishes, let's say finishes at 10. If they'd have come in at 9 o'clock and there was no food because everybody had done what they'd done, they'd be saying, oh, there's no food left.
Yeah.
But I mean, that is just greed, isn't it? It's not though. From what I thought from the initial story was they've served them a meal, right? And then they haven't eaten it all.
Like, left, like, a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
you
then
know.
even if they've left lots, it might
Yeah.
be too big a meal for them. 'Cause
Exactly.
you can't judge what the chef serves,
No.
can you? So they could have served them a
But then again,
massive
that's
plate
the
of
thing
food.
about carvery, you can just pick out what you want,
No, but
can't
that's
you?
what I thought when I first read the thing.
Yeah.
So they've served them a massive plate of food and they've thought, I can't eat all this, which is fair enough if
Yeah.
they couldn't. But they haven't. They've eaten the plate full of food, gone back and refilled it to get their money's worth. That's what they've done it for.
And the thing
isn't
is, it isn't money's worth, is it? Because if, like, for example, you get lasagna, that could be like £14 to £17 sometimes, can't it?
Not
You know,
£12 is not now.
£12, that is really cheap.
Not a meat meal as well.
Yeah, and the picking, get as much as you want. I mean, that's really cheap,
It's
isn't
for
it?
now.
How much was that one, that Toby thing?
I can't remember. I think it's about £14, something like that. I can't
But then again,
remember.
that's obviously a chain. This is a private, you know, person. He is a private person.
It's done himself very well for the advertising.
Yeah, yeah.
They've put it out to slag him off, and it's actually turned on them, which often
Did
happens.
they share it?
Yeah, they put it on.
right.
Yeah. They'd had a moan, just been to a carvery or something. He said, can't believe, never been charged before or everything. And then he's come back and said, and it shot them in the foot because I think just about everybody's supporting them.
Yeah. Can you just read this bit? I can do the rest of it, but I just don't like that one.
It says,
This is still him talking.
it says, he explained that the small surcharge was only contribute towards the cost of raw ingredients and wouldn't cover the cost of equipment or staff wages. You can take as much as you like, come back as many times as you like, and as the old navvy saying goes, you can fill your boots. Do whatever you want, just don't waste it, he said. I tell everyone I'm in this game to earn a living, not make a fortune. I just like the job. I've always been in this job since I was 14 and it's a way of life. I enjoy it. I'm making a living, not a killing, and I'm not ripping people off. We want to help everybody out. So, yeah, not good.
So where's that at? Is it in Cornwall? Newquay, is it?
No, it's in Redruth.
Where's Redruth? Oh, it's
Cornwall.
Cornwall. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. It says
You said
Newquay there.
Is it? Oh, right, okay, sorry.
Because there's two Newquays. There's one in Wales and there's one in
Sorry.
Cornwall. It's amazing how much times Newquays gets inside the we read, you know, about. Like, he comes up all the time. Like, there's Newquay Tunnel. And
Willie
some
says, I
things.
hope you guys had a good day.
Yeah,
Sat
I had a
Nav Dan
good
says, afraid I only came in part way through this.
Still got
Tracy says, I hate waste food.
Mm-hmm.
So does Willie the Wave. Sasha says, you should come round to mine. I make too much for me and end up throwing most of it away. Aaron says, I always leave the mushy peas behind when eating fish and chips. Dave says, is it a carvery where you can go get what you want? And I think he was annoyed that people pile the plates and leave them halfway. Yeah, it was a carvery. Willie the Wave says it's called glutton. Tracy says don't throw it, use it the next day or freeze it. Neville says behind this landlord completely. We can't abide food waste. It's costing the landlord too. Sasha just couldn't even finish one of those. And Abby says, okay, that is a bit ridiculous. And thank you so much, Adrian. You're an absolute
thank you,
superstar.
Adrian is just giving a super thanks. He's giving me £10. So thank you so much for doing that, Adrian. As I've obviously you've heard many times, it goes a very long way. So thank you so much for doing that. Just obviously supports the channel and everything that we do. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Adrian. And he says,
Thank you.
can't wait till Saturday. And
Yes, I can't wait to.
We and really looking forward to seeing you again.
So, if all of you don't know, I am performing at Lancaster Music Festival. So I'm performing on Saturday and Sunday. But Saturday is I've done a short for this as well, which you can see, so you can get a bit of idea what's going on. And it's basically I'm performing loads of my songs. I'm doing 2 covers, but the rest of them are my songs. I'm doing Bohemian Rhapsody on the piano, and I'm doing Betty by Taylor Swift, which Dee has already watched. Well, I mean, a lot of you will have anyway, because I've done a little video on my music account, but you haven't seen it live, apart from Dee. But yes, you shall be seeing it, and we'll also be doing loads of my songs. Now, we do have an idea of something we might be doing special, but it depends on the venue. We haven't spoken to them yet about it. There might be something I might be doing extra, but I don't know, so we're gonna we'll have to wait. But that it could be a no, so I'm not really saying anything because it could be a no. And also, so that's at 4 till 5 on the Saturday, and then I also am performing on the Sunday in Market Square at 1:15. But I mean, you just turn up for that one. But this one is yeah. So we've got 2 performances. So, oh, by the way, the Market Square one, sorry, is for my dancing. So we've got some dances planned. So that's what I'm saying about the factors that about getting the other dance. That, oh my god, I nearly said what song it was. You know.
You didn't?
I did.
Oh God, I'm glad that wasn't me.
I nearly said what
I would
song
be
it
shocked.
was.
I am so glad that wasn't me.
I nearly said what song it was. So that's why I'm saying the fact that I'm not able to get as much work on it, because I am busy, because I have not been doing any of the. I have to get the practicing done because I've been away on residential, which was very fun.
So Sasha says, depends how you make the sprouts. If you like my mum and boil them into oblivion or fry them in garlic and butter, delicious. I just couldn't eat them.
I mean, I don't think
just do like,
they're
not
just
like
like
sprouts.
a little cabbage.
I never
Just
liked them.
sweeter.
Dean says, hi Matilda and Mum, sorry late, just got home. Gary says he's got a point wasting food, never heard this done before. I suppose everybody will be jumping on the bandwagon now, won't they?
We'll start somewhere.
But good, it's all waste.
Yeah.
And it's not only just waste, it's people, you know, would love that food in countries, underdeveloped countries, wouldn't
Well,
they?
even
You
this
know, just
country.
waste it. Yeah, there's
This
people in
country
this
as well.
country that would. So it's disgusting.
Sasha
says, Mum,
we
what
could
did
have fed
you
it as
just
dog if
call
you didn't
me?
kill
You
it.
mean couldn't? Adrian says, you're keeping me fit. I have to keep going up and down the stairs, my laptop downstairs and desktop in my bedroom. Both are playing up. You're keeping me fit. Aaron says, gutted I can't go on Saturday, but I can make it Sunday. Look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Aaron says, timing on Sunday is better too, as I can get home earlier.
Yes, I suppose it's a long journey, isn't it?
It's a very long journey.
It is. I mean, like, you sure you want to go? It's a long journey. Yes. So, I mean, Adrian travels a long way, but obviously, Adrian, like, you know, you're like the master of like going to.
Yeah, Adrian's very
experienced,
very professional.
Like, you've just
traveling
like,
to gigs.
if
He's
you
always
think,
going.
I mean, I wonder if it could be. You know, it should do
World
it.
record time, Adrian.
Adrian, you need to start getting evidence. I wonder if you could get a world record. This is actually quite serious.
Yeah.
Adrian, you need to start getting some evidence. I mean, you probably do. You probably have footage through there, but you need to have a look.
You'll have
search it up.
Because some that you go to, will you have to pay?
Yeah.
Some of the, you know, like not better, more experienced, more well known, should I say?
Well, I suppose it changed like everyone because, like, you know, sometimes you know the people pay for you, or you know, like the venue, and sometimes maybe like for example when you came to the other one we did like donations and stuff. So I suppose it changes every time, but yeah, if you did then yeah, you need to search it up and see if there's actual like.
We could have a world record holder.
There's a friend of mine, and I said, it's always like profile picture. I was like, he's got a world record in his hands, and he's got a world record. So I'm like, well done. So.
Gary says, we fed our next door neighbour's dog sprouts when we were kids. They weren't too pleased when the sprouts kicked in. I bet they weren't. Oh, God, I'm surprised the dog ate them. Must have been starving. Aaron says, I drive buses for 9 hours a day. Satnav Dan says, I've had issues with dog walkers at Eastleigh on multiple occasions, either walking their dogs down the track or going across a foot crossing with the dog not on lead, resulting in a near miss or two.
You nearly got bitten by a dog once, didn't you? It was like, and actually, say about big dogs, that she nearly got bit by a dog, and it was a dog this size, wasn't it?
I got bit on my nose once by a bulldog.
Oh, no, that one. I was talking about the other one.
Which one?
The one we were on the walk on the river.
Oh yeah, I've forgotten about that. It did, didn't it? It really came for me.
And that was really small.
And the woman didn't do anything. A really small dog, and I was walking. Was you in front? I was waiting for you.
I think I was behind. I think I was behind.
And I was waiting for you, and she walked past with this dog, and it went for me, a little terrier thing, and I couldn't get it off me. And she just didn't give it. She goes, "Oh, sorry about that." And you know, he doesn't usually do that. She didn't give us stuff.
Yes, well, I don't want to necessarily say.
I've forgotten about that.
I think it was one of the women who were just like, you know, like, yeah. I don't know who it was really, but I think so.
You get these walkers, it's never the dog's fault, is it?
No.
Whatever they do, it's never the dog's fault. But yeah, I remember that. I've forgotten all about that.
Yeah.
My dog attack.
So
I'm now
everything-
I'm
everybody
now traumatized. You've re-traumatized me.
Everybody goes on about, you know, big dogs, but the thing is,
Yeah, well,
it's
that's
just
a
dogs,
horrible
isn't
thing,
it?
yeah.
I'm not saying dogs, not in general. Obviously, there's so many nice dogs, but I'm saying is, it's like, again, humans, you have the good ones and you have bad ones. And like, you know, a little dog, but then a big dog, a medium dog. Any dog could, you know, be like
So
that.
that's the next thing. What should dogs be on a lead? Do people think dogs should always be on a lead when they're out in public, obviously, if you've got your own field or something?
Yeah.
Should dogs be on a lead or should they not be on a lead?
I think they should, yeah, like, yeah.
Abby says, why have a dog when you have a cat? They're a lot easier. I mean, like, I've
So
gone
I
to pick
just think
Matilda
it's
up.
nice to walk
And
them.
it's so
That's the only
easy
thing
with
I
a
can
cat,
think.
isn't it?
Mm.
So Matilda, it's Matilda's cat. She looks after, feeds it and everything. So she left all his food and
Oh
everything.
no, I came back and his balls nearly. I was just like, have you fed my cat?
No, I did look after him properly. But they're not like
You did
a
have
dog,
food
are they?
left.
You can leave loads of food. A dog will just wolf all
Oh yeah,
that down.
a dog will just eat it all, wouldn't
Whereas Zach will come in,
He
she
eats as
can
much as
leave
he
enough
likes.
food for the weekend so I can check, say, if he knocked his water over or something. But and then he'd still go out and get water.
Yeah, so Zach,
It's still managed.
if we go away, even though I have my friend come in and look after him, I'll still like fill up bowls of food. And even if I didn't, I could leave him in there and fill up bowls of food and just no.
Or you go and catch a mouse anyway.
Yeah, so I just leave and and so I do that, and then he go outside and get water anyway. Even though I put water inside the house, he'll still go outside. He loves to put outside dirt.
It does the
puddles
dirt.
for
They
some
do
reason.
like it. Horses are like that. They're like you get them all this clean fresh water, and they'll put the nose in and splash all the tongue in and everything to make it dirty. Animals do like dirty water.
A bit more dirt, a bit
Yeah,
spray.
put his hoof in and wash his hoof round.
Bit of sawdust, bit of poo like that. Perfect.
You like go off today. When I came to pick you up today, I never thought as I'm getting into the car, I wonder what. Oh, better sort Zach out. Whereas if you got a dog, and you have to, and then when I'm away, you don't have to think of coming back. Whereas you have your dog, you'd have to be thinking, oh, I've got to get back.
Yeah.
Tracy's
And
just got
also-
herself into that, haven't you, Tracy? Thinking about that, got yourself with a dog.
I suppose Tracy's a bit more fitting for it, like being inside of the country and stuff. But I don't know if Diddy's still on. But when we were at the pub the other day because of we got the residential paid for and we got to meal. We just started filling the water up with salt and pepper. And we just made all these things, which anything on the table, we just started throwing into our water. And we had vinegar, to ketchup we put inside, different sauces, and we just put it all inside this water and we drank
That
it.
sounds absolutely disgusting.
I never went past pepper and salt. Did I do pepper?
So Adrian
But
says,
I'm kind of saying, but I was the only person who
Poor
had a lemon
Adrian,
inside
sorry,
my
Adrian.
glass, so the lemon covered all flavour, so I could have carried on drinking because I had a lemon.
Adrian says they know someone who has done over 150 gigs this year.
Wow.
They've
What's
retired. I bet they're absolutely shattered.
your-
They're only 32. Next Saturday will be his 92nd. So have you still got time? You could beat it. You've still got time.
What?
It's only
Sorry.
in October. Well, he's got somebody who's done 150 gigs,
Right.
and he's on 92, so he could still beat it.
And is there a world record? Could you try and search it up?
Yeah, Dean says I got bit on my bottom by a dog once and scratched by a cat. Took a few years to trust them again. That's not good, is it? Aaron says, I'd love to have a cat one day, but pets are high maintenance. I can barely maintain Martha the Triumph. Tracy says, I could never have a dog, so had cats as more independent. But now after the first dog, who is absolutely brilliant, and sheepdogs are so obedient, and Blue doesn't always have a lead. So do people think dogs should be on a lead? I suppose you're Tracy though, but you're sort of in the middle of nowhere, aren't you? I mean, like, I don't mean that. I mean, like walking down the canal
And
or
also,
walking
like,
down the high street and stuff like that.
Obviously
Not
in
as
public places. And obviously, for example, so if you had cows in there, also
yeah,
obviously-
exactly. Not
But,
I don't
for example,
mean like
you know the
you,
farmers
Tracy.
and
You've
stuff,
got
so-
you've got like loads of land around you, and you can see.
And you know everybody that's owns
But
the
in
land,
public
so-
places, should I say?
Yeah, in public places, and if you're going for farmer's field with either cows or sheep, or horses as well, any really animal, just basically as long as if you know you're fully by yourself, and the dog can be out in his lead, then that's fine, or else it's your own field. And now she has gone, and I don't know why she said she's gone. I've forgotten why she said she's gone, but she said she's gone. And we have actually finished the stories, but I'm sure I have a few more things to say, because I think we have finished the stories, but she's literally just gone and left me at the moment in time that I need her. So you can check out the shorts. I've done 2 shorts. I posted them quite fast after each other. One's just a promotional little video, but it's quite a good video anyway. I thought of the idea for myself, and basically it's just like to promote the when we do the the show. And then I did another shot of the fact of me doing. We were inside the cave and we were doing the Spice Girls. But it was just quite fun, was that, going inside the cave. What else did we do this weekend? Oh, I tell you what else we did as well, which I do want to do a video on. We learned how to make fire. But we learnt from the Stone Age times, like very far back, and the original ways of how to do a fire. Because obviously, first you start with rubbing. We didn't do the rubbing in the hands. We just went a little bit advanced of that, where you have like a piece of wood here, and it's got like you have another stick piece of wood, and then you have something that holds it, and then you wrap like sort of a archer's bow around it, and then you rub it, and until it make friction, until it makes flames. So we did do that. Some people did successfully do that. I didn't. We didn't go well. But I did it on something else. But by the way, if you want a trick, if you know in the original one where you're supposed to rub it, you're supposed to get like a really long stick. I don't know if he said softwood, and you're supposed to start from the top and work your way down and get faster and faster and faster. Because if you have a stick that length and you start here, you're just going to go down and you're not going to get the momentum up. So you have to start with a high stick, by the way, in case you ever decided to need fire, basically. But and also I think you're supposed to have like the one where it holds it, where it's moving a bit wet. You're probably not understanding what I'm meaning unless you've done a fire, but I'll do a bit more of a better explaining. They had the rock, which I again don't know the name of, and I think it was steel or iron or something, and we smash it and it makes sparks. So we did that, and they had this like thick material which I think they already put inside a fire, so we had like ashes around it, so it's easy to like light up. So they had that underneath the stone, and then you'd smash it until you got one little spark. That would go on the piece of material. Then we had some hay, and we put it inside the hay, and we'd start blowing on it, like properly blowing on it, and then putting it on the ground, blowing on it again, until we actually created flames. And I did it like properly. I created flames. I actually got myself a fire. So I was really happy with that, because I thought that was really educational. And in fact, now I really know how to light a fire. As long as I have those two bits, but those aren't too bad to find, because you could find them, at left. It's not that. It's better. It's quite. Yes, you have to find it, but they're actually inside the environment. So I mean, I know the metal is not necessarily, but people leave it around everywhere, can't they? So yeah, I thought that was quite good. But I think I might do a video on that, just because people should really know it, And we also thought about I want everybody to comment this. What would you do if there was a world like, everybody, like, I'm just showing examples here, but say everybody turned into, not everybody, say there's like a zombie invasion or whatever, and you basically, and you had to sort of, what is it, apocalypse. Say if there's apocalypse, where would you go? So this is the question we got asked. Where would you go? What you could take one item, and I want you to all comment this. You can take where would you go? You can take one item with you and one person. Now, I know some people might not like to choose the person necessarily, so you can choose a celebrity. So, for example, Bear Grylls, though, I mean, I don't know how you...
Because if you've got 2 kids, you're not going to choose one.
No.
I mean, imagine if I turned around and said, Billy! Oh, God, she'd go.
Well, one of them has, I think she has 2 or 3 children. She was like, I can't do this. She's going to start crying. So I was like, so they said, no, you choose a celebrity. And they also had David Attenborough, which I don't really know what use would be.
Too old.
Exactly. And then they had like a bear with a little crown on it and stuff. So you had options. You could choose
that bear. Is it Bear Grylls?
No, it's like an actual bear. You had Bear Grylls as well.
No, that's who I choose.
Yeah.
Because I can't choose either you or Billy, because one of you will go insane. So I'm going to have to choose Bear Grylls. He's an obvious one, isn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, I guess so. I suppose he will have learnt stuff from the TV show.
Or somebody like Guy Martin.
Yeah, but the only thing is he's more mechanic-y, isn't he? But then again, he's got that mindset of being intelligent, like that sort of way.
He's the mindset of moving on.
He's the mindset of Billy.
Yeah.
Really, isn't
he? I think possibly Guy Martin.
Yeah.
And you don't know how much you set up on the telly with Bear Grylls.
That's what I mean. How much?
I think I'd go Guy Martin.
I'm not saying that he is set up. I'm just saying you never know. So I'm just saying that because I mean, we used to watch him. We just don't watch him now because we just don't have a TV. But we used to watch him, and he's just like, I don't know how much he's set up. But yeah, so I want you to answer that. So I'll tell you what I chose as well. So you got to choose where you'd go, and I thought this was when we first said this. I thought this was going to be, things. I was thinking, right, well, I'll go to like this place, and I was thinking of a local area. But turns out you can pick wherever you want, really. So honestly, it isn't. I don't go out of this world, like to Mars or anything. Stay on this land. We can choose wherever you want. So
stay on this land.
So I chose Buckingham Palace because I thought about it. Right, you've got gates all around you. You're inside a massive big building. Security might still be there. We'll have some security.
If security still be there, how do you get in?
No, yeah, but what I'm saying is it's a bit fictional, isn't it? Because you can choose whether you want.
Ah, okay.
So it's a little bit fictional. You've got land, and they'll have like plants growing. They'll have stock, and they'll have like things like bomb shelters and stuff where they can, be protected. They got you know what they're like. We protect the royals, don't they? So but so you have all that. And I was thinking about my item. I thought, well, should I take a gun? When I was thinking of locally, I was thinking, should take a gun? But then I did think about bullets. But then again, I thought Buckingham Palace, there's gonna be loads of guns and bullets, isn't there? Knives and everything.
Yeah, but
special
I'm just going to give
artifacts.
them to you.
No, I mean, I was saying if I managed to get one of them chose, the Arctic. She said the fact is, if
The Arctic? Will it be freezing?
Well, she says it doesn't matter if it lasts 24 hours, or she just wants to see it's one animal.
Isn't it? Oh, what is it?
I don't know, I forgot.
Hmm.
So she says she doesn't mind. And then she says there'll be like them in the shelter thing.
So have you only got 24 hours left?
No, that was what she chose. I don't know. She said 24 hours. I mean, I think you'd go before that. And then she said, we could go for some ice swimming or whatever.
Tracy says, just take me, Matilda.
Well, what would you do? Would you take me? What would you do?
Yeah, she says she'll take you. So that's you two sorted. What about me? Saying that. I'll be on my own. I'll take Billy.
Yeah.
I've got much more chance of survival with Billy.
I mean, you do. I mean, I chose you, but I was like, because I was like, I mean, I do my brother, but I mean, everybody don't laugh.
Gary go to Marks and Spencer's with Taylor Swift. We went to Marks and Spencer's the other
We
day.
probably would have kept it because everybody. I bet if there's like all these people, there's only so many people left, and everybody was like, well, but still protect Taylor Swift. Like,
we had a toasted tea cake. It was very good actually.
Oh yeah,
Marks and Spencer's, and it wasn't badly priced. I was quite impressed.
And we had the option between I think 50% chocolate or 65% dark chocolate, hot chocolate, and I chose 65%, and it was quite strong. But I think it was like £3 something, which really I suppose is the average price. But I mean, I don't really buy drinks, so I was like, oh, it's expensive because I don't really buy drinks. So it's like one of those treat things. But they gave me inside a cup this size, which is really small for that price. But if I got hot chocolate, I'd only drink that amount, so I thought it was all right. You know what we did this morning when we woke up at 5:30?
No.
We went and got hot chocolate.
Very good.
Well, we had to be so quiet.
Dean says, "Is the notification of the time and day of your Beyond Radio podcast, Matilda? Next week we should be finding out, Dean.
Yeah, we're still like working that one
It's
out.
still not sorted yet, but it's all on its way." Spooky Pumpkin says, "Hey Dean, how are you?" Gary says, he's gone to. I've done that one. I've got a bit mixed up. There's so many. The Spooky Pumpkins Disney Halloween fam said, "I laugh a little of cats rolling around on the floor."
Right.
Aaron, Matilda would fit it well in Buckingham Palace with Princess. Tracy says, "Are you not Billy?" We need Billy. Billy would be the one that sort everything out. Billy would be better than Guy Martin.
I mean, he would be, but it's just like the thing is, we were thinking about this. Yes, Billy would take care of you, and he would be very survivable.
He moans a lot.
This is the thing. You've either got the option between who's you're not going to argue with and have a conversation with, or who you're going to survive with. And I sort of feel like I should go for that person who you can have a conversation with and not be survive. Because the thing is, I tell you what would happen. We'd have zombies attacking us, and we'd be attacking each other. While the zombies are attacking us.
No, I think Billy would manage, but you just have to put up with him moaning.
Yeah.
And as long as you didn't go anywhere where they needed a kitchen fitting.
Yeah.
As long as when you got your cobblers, you didn't want to. The first thing you wanted was
But
a
the thing is,
kitchen.
I know
you wanted a wall. You're fine.
But see, the thing is, things like Billy, I've had to learn how to cut a fish up. As a Billy would just know. He just come out, wouldn't it?
No, he just knows. He's very, very intelligent. The Spooky Pumpkins says, "Hey Matilda, how was your day?"
Yeah, that's very good.
Adrian
Thank
says,
you. How was yours?
"Has my super chat worked? Not sure with computers tonight." Yes, we said about it. Did you not hear us, Adrian?
We did a big.
Sorry about that.
We did.
We did do a big thank you.
Well,
It's definitely
we do.
worked.
Thank you.
Thank you,
very much,
Adrian.
Thank you very much
Well,
for
there
that.
is, thank you. That's super thanks.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
brilliant.
It goes a long way,
I'm sorry you hadn't heard that.
Thank you. I'm sorry if you haven't.
And yeah, we've read your thing. Can't wait.
Oh, he
until
might
Saturday.
be because he's going up and downstairs.
Yeah, we definitely did
Yeah.
a big thank you, and yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. So
Yes,
thank you for
it's
that.
really good. Yes, it will be a very good day. I'm looking forward.
Gary
to
says he could try and wall the zombies in.
What?
Gary says he could try and wall the zombies in.
Could you just get me that bottle of water?
Okay,
Please.
just work. Don't worry about me. I can't even move.
There's that bottle of water
Yes,
there.
yes, I do know what a
That
bottle of
one,
water
thank you.
looks like. It's been on the floor. I don't know
Oh,
how dirty it
okay.
is. Right, so have you done everything?
I think so. Come on about my ear a bit more.
So there's no more news, but would anybody like to hear Matilda moan about her ear a little bit more?
It was hard this weekend when you were with loads of people.
Have you done council?
We've got one more story.
Well, we had learnt this story, and then things have changed. But it's the Heritage Centre in.
So can I explain it?
Oh yes, well, I mean,
You
don't
don't
worry
have
about
to
me.
count it.
I'm like, I don't know, I'm here. I'm like that woman off Mrs. Merton, aren't I? I just told her to shut up.
No, because I explained the bit that I know and then I passed
So
it
you're
to
going
you
to say
for the
explain it
details.
better than you can. Somebody's smoking out there.
Shouldn't be. It smells more like fire.
Oh, well, nothing's on fire, is it?
No.
Oh, it's because I've tried to start the fire again, and I bet it's like not really getting going.
Well, I
And
know
they
how
make
to
more
light a
smell.
fire.
Oh, well done, you. Can you go like that?
Well, no, because you can't actually use Brian's hay.
What about poor Brian? It costs a
Minute.
fortune, that hay.
It's not.
Tracy
it
says
doesn't
Mrs.
really.
Merton was willing. Well, it does if you keep setting it on fire.
Oh yeah, just then, but yeah. Anyway, so the station. Oh, my throat's killing. So the station it's been talking since 5:30 now, and then it's talked
It
at
doesn't
1.
usually
And
affect
it
it.
talked until 12.
It doesn't usually affect it.
Been doing a lot of talking, and then we did singing last night. We've been doing a lot, but
Tracy's had a chimney swept.
oh, we finally got it done, Tracy. Well done.
So are you
Got a
having a
fire.
fire tonight then, Tracy?
Got it lit up.
Because we've got ours going.
Yeah. So in Carnforth or Carnforth, what is it actually called? Because this has been happening my whole life.
Carnforth.
Carnforth,
Yeah.
not Carnforth.
Well, Carnforth then. It's like Bath or Bath, isn't it?
Bath.
Bath. It's
Bath.
in Carnforth.
So yeah, he's actually, you can work both ways.
Well, I suppose it's I've always said, it's Carnforth, but I suppose you could say, if you really feel like saying it, you can say it's Carnforth.
Well, in Carnforth, there is a heritage railway building.
Centre.
Centre, that's a better word. Centre. And we've been many times. I didn't necessarily perform. I performed inside a cafe next door, but in order for me to perform, I had to pull a piano in, which went through that hallway, through the Heritage Centre. So I have pulled a piano through there. Well, Billy did.
She didn't do any of it.
That's right.
She didn't do any. Billy brought the piano for her on his low loader. Recovery,
proper
whatever they
piano.
call it, proper piano, and me and him dragged it in. She didn't do anything.
I offered him, but Billy, as he does, I don't want to.
Tracy says, no, I'm going to bed when Matilda shuts up. Well, you might be able to win that competition, Tracy. We were running before. If that's what you're waiting for.
I think I've still got a bake cake. I don't have a pudding for tonight. Anyway, point is,
I've got some Black Forest Gatto.
I've got a new recipe which I would love to share with you, but the only problem is we don't have a kitchen. But it's like
I told her just to film it. People will be able to follow it.
Yeah, I mean I could do, but it's got a name to it, but I don't know what it's called. But it's like a really squidgy cake, but it's really nice squidgy cake, and we could put a sauce over it, and then you sprinkle walnuts. And
It's
just
really nice. But
It is.
I said to her, you should film that for your followers, and she said I can't because the kitchen's so crap.
Oh, to be fair, I was busy though. I did have to get ready for my residential, so I had a lot on that.
Sashi says, what sort of northerner are you, Matilda, pronouncing things like a southerner? Aaron says Carnforth is in Wales. No, it's not.
I don't think it is.
They might have their own Carnforth, but not the one she's talking about.
I know my surroundings. Right, so Carnforth, whatever you want to call it. But then again, it's Morecambe or Morecambe.
No, then we've just added that bit.
Yeah.
Morecambe. It's
I
actually
don't think-
Morecambe.
No, but I'm sure I heard somebody name it. I was like, I beg your pardon. What are you doing calling it Morecambe? I'm not allowed to
Well, I
call it
suppose the word had
Morecambe.
to start somewhere. It's us that started it.
It was like Alien Audi.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Gary says he's still waiting for the 2 bean soup. Have you said you were making that?
I didn't say I was making it.
She did, Gary, didn't she?
But the thing is, I've got bored of it.
She did say she was making it, didn't she, Gary?
As I explained, I get bored of
that you were
food,
going to make it.
and I have half a tub freezed.
She's just put it in the freezer in the tin. That's
I thought it might be on. Well, I thought that. So I had half of soup left because I can make 2 meals out of it, and I have it left. And I thought, can I freeze? And I thought about before you get metal tubs and you put them inside the freezer. So I thought it's metal.
so she's just put it in as the tin in the freezer with the label on it and everything. I think she's only frozen it because Billy ate it one day, so she's like, ah.
Well, we have learned, in order to get Billy to stop eating things, you have to freeze it. Like, for example, cheese. You have to freeze it so it
Freeze
doesn't eat
everything.
it. But it has sort of sometimes just catch on to it. But yeah, so that's what's happened. But point back to the story is that the Heritage Centre is. It is. I can't really word it right. I'm just going to say is closed.
Yes,
So
closing.
closing. That's it. So this is, we've done videos here before. I've performed there, and it was sort of like right next door. The doors, like there's one door between us. Performed there, and we did. I've done 2 videos there because we went to the. It was quite recent. Well, recent in my brain it's recent, but it's probably not really in the calendar. Of the what's the railway event. Where you have
Model railway tracks, they put the tracks out
Yeah.
and you see all the different model railways. We've covered it
So
twice.
that's it, and it's inside where you show it round. That's the building. So this building has had 2 rooms that's been in disrepair, and they've lost like £2,000 a month because of this. Am I on the right piece of paper? Because that's, yeah. They've lost £2,000 a month because of this. Because of, is it Network Rail who runs
Network Rail own the actual buildings,
Yeah.
and what they're arguing is that they're having to close it because since the lockdown, they used to get 4 buses a week. This 4 coach loads a week, they said. A day, sorry.
No, day.
Sorry, a day. And now they say they're lucky if they get 1 a week. But there were 2 units that they couldn't use because they were in disrepair, and Network Rail weren't mending them. So there's obviously been a little bit of a fracas between them. They've also started charging £2.50 admission charge, and it's just not happening. People just aren't going. So it was up until when we were learning the stories. Obviously we start our stories in the middle of the week. It was closing, but
time,
Time moves on quickly
politics
in
can move
Cardiff.
on faster. I mean, that's not how the saying goes, but it's, ish.
so he'd said that he was closing it. Mr. Rowe, it says, blamed Network Rail and having to make a final decision.
However,
And the council were getting involved, and they were going to try and help it out. They couldn't get any money, but they were giving any money, but they were going to see if they could get everybody together. There was going to be a meeting, but
because I mean, this is like a really, community place that everybody knows about. And it's a really good thing that Cardiff has.
In the meantime, it's not the end of the line for Carnforth Railway Station's Heritage Centre after all, because a new team's taking it over. They're running the centre.
So is this not Network Rail?
No, this is they own the buildings. They've been running it, and the Alison Smith from the new Heritage Centre steering group, and who also works in the station's briefing counter, bistro and bar, told Beyond Radio today it's remaining open for now, and a group behind is to help keep it going. It would have been sad to see it go. It's such a big thing for Carnforth and a lot of history. So local people rallied round in a bid to save the Heritage Centre after the trust announced there were it was no longer viable to run, and the Bob Rowe, the director of the trust, planned to hand the lease back to Network Rail, saying a lot of businesses, costs of gas and electric are very expensive, and footfall and tourism is very low, and it's not a decision that he took lightly. But it doesn't matter now anyway, because it's been taken over and it sees another day.
So was it change hands or?
Yeah, they're taking it over, this steering group. So
was it like community taken over?
Yeah.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, Heritage Centre steering.
Because I mean, when I heard about,
so we learnt all the stories saying, "Oh, it's going to close," and then I said, "Hang on a minute."
But it was very sad because, like, the amount of times, it's really
it's a nice place.
Yeah,
it's well, if you're not from the area,
and it's got
well
like a
worth
cinema
visiting.
inside of it as well. They have like a little cinema. I don't know how much they use it, but it's there. I don't know if it's just for the touring. Maybe I don't know if it's actually a cinema. But it's like there.
It's definitely worth visiting. They have some really nice things there. And
I don't know,
history.
but there was on the other side of the track. There's supposed to be like a model railway thing, but hasn't that closed down? But I think
Which other side of the track?
so. It's inside the middle, isn't it? Well, when you're next to
hasn't that gone? The railway shop's gone.
Yeah, I think it was just because of he was the like a person who, I don't know if he retired or something. I can't remember the story. I got told it, but. I think unless he moved.
So Spooky Pumpkin says, I love my family when I'm alone and mostly on YouTube with my friends. Gary says he did. You did say you'd make the soup.
Did I?
The Spooky Pumpkin Disney says, awesome live, ladies.
Thank you. Could you just give me a couple of months?
Tracy says, love freezing but not in the tin. And
Well, what's wrong with freezing?
Don't get locked in that station, Matilda.
But what's wrong with freezing it inside a tin?
Well, it's not normal, is it? Most people are bothered to clean it out the tin, and
I just thought it was just easy. I just pick it up from the fridge and then open the fridge door and go,
Usually, if you're going to use it in the tin, you just use it, wouldn't you? And then if you think, oh, I'm not going to use this for a while, so I'm going to freeze it, you do generally take it out of the tin and put it in like a container.
But what's the difference? It's still a container.
Well, I think because you haven't got a lid on it, so it can frost. It's just not normal.
What do you think I should have put a lid on?
I mean, I hate following normal, and you know, I don't follow. I'm not a sheep, and I hate all these people that say, oh, well, you should do this and you should do that and you need to do this. But on this one occasion, I must admit I'm following the crowds. I would think it was not, you know, quite normal to take it out of the tin. I must admit, just on this one occasion.
Busy. I just thought it's just easy just to put it inside the freezer straight away. So if I wanted to use it, what would I do? Microwave it?
Oh God! Jesus!
You're supposed to microwave Melly, you know.
Pardon?
Are you not supposed to microwave
No,
Melly?
well, if you do microwave it, they probably wouldn't be bothered about Billy doing the kitchen. You probably blow it up.
No, what happens really?
Yeah, you can't put microwave. You can't put metal in a microwave.
I've only had I've kept myself away from microwaves. For
I don't
my
like
life.
microwaves personally, but I wouldn't put metal in myself.
So, but when you buy, say if
Here
you,
we
I
go.
mean, I
Wait
don't,
for it, folks. This will be a classic.
I don't do
Be
it.
worth staying up for.
But Billy does. If you bought the takeaway, you know, when you get them from, you know, like one of those lasagna tins, that's metal.
What lasagna tins? Oh, yeah, well, you can't put them in the microwave.
But when you buy them, they are supposed to be microwaved, aren't
The
they?
metal ones, no, they're for the oven. Yes, it's the plastic ones that you can
So
put
if
in the microwave.
say for some reason I did buy one, I don't put it in.
Yes, but you wouldn't. I mean, you wouldn't, would you? Buy a formed dish? That's Billy. You make
Yeah, but
your
if
own.
it's I do. But if I needed something and it was reduced,
You buy it.
yeah, so I'd have to have some veg with it though, because I know there's not many health ingredients in there. But so
See you later, Abby. Thanks for tuning
bye
in.
bye, Abby. Bye. So would I not put it inside the microwave then?
No, you don't put anything metal inside the microwave.
I've never really owned a microwave, so it's very new.
I don't like microwaves personally. I think they're a bit dodgy. I don't use them.
Choose your oven.
Yeah, I do use the oven. I don't ever really use the mic. I could manage without a microwave. If Billy, they got the microwave.
Yeah, Billy likes a microwave because of his, you know, that sort.
Is that sort? He's a non-kitchen builder and that sort.
Well,
I
exactly.
don't suppose even Billy will put a tin in the freezer.
Gonna go up there and there's tomato sauce tin.
Yeah, Billy's putting everything in the freezer.
Well, I just didn't see the problem.
Well, it's not normal, is it?
Well, you know.
Oh, Gabriel's having a trauma tonight. His last back on, both crashed, been watching on Sky app on TV. Gary says, watching YouTube, what happens when you put metal in a microwave? Dean says, really funny live stream tonight, thank you. Tracy says, I'm going to tell Billy not to allow you in the kitchen or it will never get finished. You'll blow it up.
Cooking there then.
Aaron says, will Matilda learn to drive in the Austin or Princess the Austin? It's easy to drive. It's that easy to drive. Billy's been out in
But you're
about 4
saying learn
hours.
to drive. I already know how to drive.
Yeah, but you've got to get a licence.
Yeah, but that's not hard.
Well, I think you'll find it a little bit harder than what you think.
Nah, no.
Sashi says, I'm a builder and I cook everything from scratch. Only time I'll use a microwave is to reheat a brew. I forget. Well done, you cooking everything from scratch. It's much healthier.
Yes.
Dave says, I once put some Lurpak butter in the microwave to soften. Think about that. Oh yeah, some Lurpak butter as well because
You can't put butter.
no Lurpak butter because
I
it's
was
got
going to say I've been microwaving butter.
it's got metal in it in the, you know.
What?
Lurpak butter on the foil. It's foil, isn't it? Like the butter we get. It's paper, isn't it, that goes around it, but Lurpak has metal in it.
What's Lurpak, the really soft one?
No, Lurpak's just a form of butter.
Is it?
Yeah.
And why's it got metal around it?
Well, that's just how they do their packaging.
Couldn't you just take like the...
Yes, but he particularly didn't put at this point. You know, in hindsight, he probably wished he
What,
did.
what, why does it make so much effect, the fact you put metal inside a microwave? What happens? Why does
Because
it do
it's sending waves, isn't it? Microwaves.
it? Yeah.
So then,
Microwaves.
then the metal... microwaves. Then the metal will rebound back, doesn't it? Start sparking against each other because it doesn't go through.
Oh.
It goes through the food, doesn't
Do
it?
you-
I'm not a whatever the
Do you think we should go
position is
into a
it.
field?
I'm not that, but I just know that you can't put it in. I didn't make
Do
it.
you
I couldn't
think we
even
could
think
do it
of
for a
making a
YouTube
microwave.
video? Put some metal inside a microwave.
Well, you can apparently watch it on YouTube, so you can just watch that.
Yeah, but how do you do it? You got to plug it in so it would be connected to the electricity. Do you reckon it'll blow electricity?
I don't think it'd be good. It'd be dangerous.
And then you'd have to turn it on, so you'd have to get away from it. So would you manage to turn it on and run, or would you have to? How would you do it?
Well, I'm just trying to.
Oh no! I tell you what you do is you turn it on, have it unplugged, and you plug it in. Then you run 'cause you're already a bit more further away, then, aren't you?
One from what? It's contained.
Microwave.
Yeah.
Oh, so it won't explode.
Well, yes, it could just set on fire, couldn't it? It's going to spark backwards and forwards. I've never been stupid enough to. Well, if on the odd occasion I've put anything metal in there without thinking, like example that Lurpak butter thing where you could possibly, forget and not think, I've immediately turned it off.
Okay.
I don't carry on going, oh, I know what it does. Look at the camera. Oh, can YouTube video this? I'm not that stupid. I just go, oh my God, that's got metal in. I didn't think, turn it off. I don't start, assessing it and YouTubing it and ringing Billy up and going, you're not doing the kitchen. See what I'm on with.
Do it. Yeah.
I'll sort you out.
But oh well.
Gary says microwave metal would make a pretty good smoke machine. Adrian says great live ladies, even with my PC issues. Long, thank you.
Sorry about them. I don't know how to. I can't really help.
Sashi says physicians should stay away from microwaves. Aaron says if you put Haribo gummy bears in a microwave.
I think I put them in water once.
Tracy says that sleep must have helped before the news. It certainly did. And the spooky pumpkins, Lorraine says, haven't seen much of your videos, Matilda, but I also do some live streams, but I hope you get a good night's sleep tonight. Think I like to see when my YouTube friends is live. She says, what the spooky pumpkin says, what are we laughing at? Adrian says, I've been saying some very naughty words tonight, lol. Right. Done.
I broke a door today.
What?
I broke a door today.
Why did you break a door?
Because we were sneaking around a little bit, and the door was this door was open and shutting, so we shut it, and then we thought somebody was inside your room, so we went to open a door, wouldn't open.
You're joking.
No.
Okay.
And it was like the door was already pretty broken anyway, so we had to pull it, and the hinges, the screws came out.
Oh dear.
So I looking if there was another door to leave, but we just was like, oh great.
Oh, that's not good, is it?
No.
Right. Door breaker. Microwave wrecker. Tin freezer. Come on, let's go.
Right, well, thank you very much for watching this.
And thank you, Adrian. You're an absolute superstar.
Thank you very much. Well, don't forget to come to Lancaster Music Festival. We'll be performing. It'll be very, very good 2 days. So we've got a lot planned. It'll be very good for me. It'll be very good 3 days because I'm going to see Tay Tay. Well, not Tay Tay.
Good night, Dean.
But good night. Oh, and I tell you what I need to do. That reminds me.
See you Saturday, Adrian. Good night, Van
Bye bye.
Transit.
See you all. I'm hoping that people will trade friendship bracelets with me. I made 3 so far, but I'm going to make some more tomorrow.
Good night, Gary.
Good night, everybody, and we'll see you all later. And there'll be videos.
Good night, Tracy.
Stuff. And don't forget to check out the shorts I've already produced. I've done 2 just before, and make sure you have a look at my Spice Girls one. I was very proud of that. It was very good. And make sure you comment and do whatever. And also make sure if you do want to be inside the competition to win a calendar, which we have not yet made, but the calendar, then you have to comment. You won't get in a draw if you don't comment, and you have to comment that post
on YouTube.
On YouTube, if you don't comment, you will not get in the draw because of I don't know who you are. So I don't know because of you still vote though, because if it's no votes, then I know that you haven't voted. So still make sure you vote. Though you probably already have done, but make sure you vote and you have to comment. But I know there's more votes than comments, so I know a lot of you haven't voted. How many votes have we got so far? Community, sir.
Yes, I'm fully aware of that. Thank you, love.
Sorry.
Further. Yes.
Keep going.
Yes, all right, boss.
Further. You can just keep going. It's the polls.
Yes, all right, lovely.
Yeah,
okay, it's got to load. 94.
So there's 94, and how many comments are there? 36. So clearly you have not been commenting.
Naughty people.
Naughty.
Naughty.
So you've got the option to work out what my next dance routine will be. And the thing is, I can actually choose between these 4 because if I get bored, I can change it. But I mean, I'm not going to do it.
Don't you dare.
I'm not going to. But the choice is ABBA, Does Your Mother Know? Taylor Swift, I Knew You'd Trouble When You Walked In. Queen, Another One Bites the Dust, and my song as well, Tell Me. So figure that out. Tell me your right, options. Yeah, tell me. We're doing little, so make sure you have a look at that, and make sure you have a look at my short. I mean, just look at it. Look at it. We were inside the cave. It was great. It was great. It was wonderful. It's the best thing in the cave, and it was really good singing. I want to break free because it made sense because of that time. I did sort of want to break free because of it. It was really wet. But then after I did my sing song, I enjoyed it after that. But it's one of those things when you're looking for somewhere and you're driving along, and it takes forever to get to, and you feel like this is ages, but on the way back it's really fast. Well, that was what it was like inside the cave, you see, because on the way there it felt like hours. Like I was thinking, not another corner, not another thing we got to climb over, because of I just was it was but I was worried about my ear pressure. It was actually fine, but I have to worry about it because I didn't want it to get worse. So I mean, it could have got worse, I don't know. But on the way back anyway, I was just like flied through. It was just so simple. So thank you very much for watching this. We'll see you all through the week. So thank you very much, and have a lovely week yourselves, and we'll see you later. So bye. Oh, and thank you, by the way, Adrian. I was about to press it, but I want to say thank you for the super thanks.